Hello, everybody. That's right. It's August 2nd. We're here. It's the H3 Podcast. Moving through the summer, boy. I'm telling you. I got a haircut. Nobody noticed. Nobody said anything. No comment?
Looks good. I mean,
It's a regular.
you know the whole ritual about the haircut thing?
What?
It's just, when you get the standard haircut, you don't
expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the regular schmegular.
It's the regular schmegular.
I will say I'm very...
Talk about burning
okay.
the witch.
I'll hold that thought, Dan. A little demonic opening for our Christian fans. Apologies for the spooks to all of our Christian fans there. Getting a little demonic there for a minute.
Man, it is Wednesday.
That guitar was sick, Zach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It felt very spooky, but dope.
I like to do a theme every week, and the theme was the death bell. So I'm like, okay, let's make it some some Slayers.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Well done. And well done, Ian, of course. On the visuals. Visual art. Yeah, so I got a haircut. I'm very happy, I was saying, with the length that she did. Usually it's usually too short, but I think she nailed it. So God bless to her. You can really see my hairline and all of its glory. And that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Today's episode is sponsored by GamerSupps and Stamps.com, who we love, love, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to our members who make the sun rise and fall on the H3 Podcast empire. Thank you guys so much. Members get a live episode every Tuesday. Crew reaction to lore videos. That's maybe that one's debatable.
Yeah.
Access to Discord is not debatable. Get to participate in chat and polls. And you get early access to live show tickets. The new one's about to go up soon, I think. That's what it is. As you can tell from the title, the Demi Lovato crime family has taken to Twitter. She responded to our show on Monday, the sister. And we had a little bit of a back and forth on Twitter, I have to say. The Lovatos. They're going to regret this one. I'm about to treat their ass like a can of sugar-free yogurt.
Yo.
And eat it up.
Easy.
I'm going to eat that ass up.
Easy.
Wow.
Because there's no sugar in it.
I'm gonna eat your ass.
Or I have diabetes. Both are good options. But we'll talk about that. And also we have a huge... Also, Lizzo lawsuit. I want to touch on that a little bit. It's pretty interesting. And then our main segment today, prepared by Lena, with support from AB, is our first ever H3 True Crime PowerPoint.
You're finally getting your wish.
Right.
Making your dreams come true.
I'm a true crime boy.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've got our first PowerPoint, and it's quick. It's only 120 slides.
Crime.
We'll breeze right through that.
Crime.
Starting out small.
Yeah.
Sensible.
Yeah. But at the top of the show, we've got Dan. Has been used commercially.
Dan.
Oh, we're talking about this, huh?
Yeah, it's at the top. Oh, what my angle? Check this out. Crowder put up a ad for his Mug Club and /Rumble, and he's using footage from our podcast.
Watch it.
For commercial use.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a problem, Crowder.
Watch it.
You know what I mean? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Fucking watch it.
This isn't fair use, bitch. This is a commercial use. And if there's a path for legal action, I'm taking it. Right along with all the other suckers that use my voice for commercial use. Check this shit out. Crowder, you bitch. Hey, bitch ass, let me show you what actual fair use looks like.
There's this
as I watch your dumb video.
Stephen
What is
Crowder.
that?
Stephen Crowder, despicable guy.
Okay.
Crowder, who you must have opened it in Discord. Stephen.
Why is it playing from Discord? What the hell? Okay. Never seen that before. Here we go. Dan, how do you feel about being used in this way?
I just thought it was funny. I mean, I'm
You're not outraged? He's using her face to make money.
I think it's funny.
Stephen Crowder.
The clip is hilarious. I'm glad that he saw that. It's
That
true.
is the queen.
Stand by what I said.
Let's watch.
There's this right-wing
By the way, nobody cares about this moron anymore. This video has like 100,000 likes after a day. He's done being silent. We're coming out of the gate swinging. Nobody fucking cares. You wife abusing, fucking dick showing loser, weirdo ass drug addict too. Not that there's anything wrong with drug addicts, but I'm pretty sure he's in favor of like killing them all.
Loser kind of way.
Like you are everything you hate. Don't you understand that?
The only thing he's swinging is his dick in the office.
Yo.
Dick literally onto his employees.
That's
yes,
right.
sir.
blowhard named Stephen Crowder.
Stephen Crowder, despicable guy.
Shout out Sam.
Stephen Crowder, who didn't show him. Referred to as
Right.
only one he didn't
Not
show.
only is he
That's funny. That is
A little
true. That was
interesting.
intentional. That was absolutely
A
intentional.
little bit interesting.
Although he gave
You
him a
want
nice
scare-
plug.
I mean, yeah, this may be better.
Yeah.
Stephen Crowder.
He can't look in the Velveteen Rabbit eye.
That's what I was gonna say. It's too scary.
Hypnotizing.
You want to jump scare the audience.
despicable guy.
Stephen Crowder, who shall be referred to as Stephen Cowarder.
not
Stephen Cower or Coward?
only
Damn,
is
dude.
he
Stephen's wife cowers from his abusive language.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Stephen, okay,
extremely misogynistic
I won't go on and on.
and sexist. He's also homophobic.
He's a disgusting garbage human being. Has been his brand from the very beginning.
Just go look at the titles of that guy's videos. Like he's like the king
That's you.
of like saying horrible, offensive.
There's some
Dan, you're famous.
That's fucked
Oh, Dan Swirlove.
He's the
I
king.
know him.
He's the king. What can I say?
I know him.
He's the king of saying horrible, offensive stuff.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about like racism. We're talking about like just when you talk to your wife.
Yeah.
You're
Watch
the
it.
king of that shit. And your employees, incidentally, too. Didn't your co-host like straight up expose you like one day after you fired him as being a freak? You have a stop talking button under your desk. I mean, come on, dude.
Who would have that?
No.
Dan. Stop.
Who around here would have something like
Stop.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Stop.
Sorry.
Pipe down.
Videos. Like he's like the king of like saying horrible, offensive.
there's something
That's pretty badass that you got a nod in this, though.
I just noticed that they were bleeping the swear words.
He always does that. Yeah, racism is
Family
great.
friendly.
Minor curse words, that's gonna cause us problems.
Like he's like the king of like saying horrible, offensive.
there's something
There it is. So I'm considering legal action.
He's gonna go
I am.
so ballistic.
Here's
if
the
he gets
thing.
a letter. from
Good,
your
let him go
lawyer.
ballistic. You don't have a right to use my shit for commercial. If you want to make a ha cute video like look at these morons, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But Crowder, you homophobic and also
Yeah, no, he's definitely gay. Let's
Okay, you
just
can
rip
say
that
that.
Band-Aid
Oh, wow.
off. Come on, people.
Yeah.
At this point,
well, he said he had a bi.
that's it. We know
Experience.
from him that he's at a minimum bi, and we don't have to go over all the evidence.
Okay, so he's homophobic
Real.
and also gay. He's a drug addict who hates drug addicts.
Right.
He is a racist freak,
Mm-hmm.
a miserable, self-hating loser, a self-sabotaging loser who had $50 million on the table,
A
and now
transphobe who might be a chaser.
a transphobe who can't stop dressing in drag, frankly.
Yeah. who have long-standing rumors about being a Jay-Z.
So no, I will not allow him to use my footage. I'm checking. I'm not even kidding. I'm checked with my lawyer to see if there's any basis. Because it's, you know what I mean? Fuck that.
How did you become gay?
I feel like, you know, when Donald Trump uses like Born in USA or something, and then, then they send him a cease and desist. That's me.
True.
And
it's pretty much.
feel this.
You know? Because I had red hair. Red hair. I don't think anyone's going to look at me sideways for that, frankly, because it's commercial. You got to ask me permission, bitch.
Yeah.
I want to cut to the mug club.
I'm taking the mug club.
That's what I'm taking the mug club, in the words of Keemstar. You know? Fuck it, dude.
Well,
so
you do what you want, but I get like a commission on that payout, right?
I'm not getting it. There's not going to be a payout. It's just, I think what I want him to do is just have to erase it.
That would be funny.
Maybe issue an apology.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I'm not seeking monetary damages.
Even them just having to take it down would be really fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with him because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, why
You know
not?
what I mean?
Why not?
Commercial.
You're a piece of shit.
Thank you, Fusi. You got my back. So there's just a video I saw that I think is fantastic that everybody should see. You know, we give the police a lot of trouble out here on the show. We say, I mean, we do say ACAB and fuck the police and all that, but here's an officer, a public servant, who is testing the safety of these public slides for the betterment of his community. And I applaud him for that. And, you know, I don't think it's safe.
No, he did something.
You think he fucked up?
How did he get that fast? How did he end up on his stomach?
He's already,
Dude, he was like passed out. He was like total
He's
ragdoll.
limp by the time he comes out of the hole.
No, he must have like done something crazy crisscross in the tunnel.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
How?
Oh, shit. That is the best thing ever.
He stands up, opens fire on the.
Right.
Fucking
That's right.
dumps some mag on it.
We need backup. Officer down. Woo, he looked dead when he came out of that.
There are other forces at play.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, some slides are not meant for adults. He's too heavy. Maybe it was slicked. What, Ian?
I think that the pig had too much bacon grease on him.
Oh, we got him.
This is a Boston police
Come
officer,
on,
too.
piggy. Woo, woo.
Let's go.
This is in Boston.
It's in Boston, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Too greasy there, huh, bud?
Oh my God! Next time you go home, you have to take a video on the slide.
That's true, Cam.
I will.
Go down that slide, and I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see what really happens.
I tried to go down the giant slide in Detroit, but they closed it down. Yeah, someone sued them.
Oh, the one that we watched where people are just flying off of it all the time?
Somebody sued him.
Yep.
Yeah, what a shock.
I'm surprised that didn't happen sooner, frankly.
Yeah.
Shame. I would have loved to see you on that.
I'm sure you would.
Hanging out on the giant slide. Wasn't there a song? Didn't we listen to a giant slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, the giant slide.
Yeah.
Detroit.
On the giant slide.
You could break your neck on the giant slide.
That's right.
Well, here Boston has its own very own giant slide. Dude, he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what happened. Dude almost grinded the side of that thing.
Oh, God, that's funny.
I mean, based on the way he flies out, I assume he hit his head on the slide.
Dude, he was passed out.
Like, he's definitely bonked his head a few times.
What the fuck? He was sliding down like this, which is so crazy.
Also, it seems like he's up there for too long. Like where?
No, he's like flipping or something. I don't know what his plan was.
He
but he
slammed
did
this wall. He slammed this wall.
Okay.
That's what you're hearing.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, you're right. You can extrapolate. He was
Yeah,
like
you can hear
ricocheting
him.
as he came out of the
You
hole.
can hear him coming.
Yeah.
Watch. Boom. Boom. Here he comes. So fast. We gotta. Can we fly you out there for an investigative report, Cam?
I would love that. I'm so homesick.
Or
for the-
fans in Boston maybe can do a.
No, give him a free flight to Boston.
Yeah, give me a free flight to Boston. Let me visit my family.
Maybe before
to make up for never feeding him.
Right.
I'll bring back some
He's
clam
so
chowder.
hungry.
He's so damn hungry.
I
What's up,
know.
man?
Skinny,
Eat.
so
I am
hungry.
actually pretty hungry.
Oh.
Love, you hungry too?
Yeah.
I'm glad that.
Food?
Let's get some food.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna fly to Boston and get some food. Boston Market.
But if there's fans in Boston who want to take a video of this, I'd love to see it. That would be great.
It's at Boston City Hall.
There it
Plaza.
is. Thank you, Cam. The Bostonite.
That's right.
One more time. Dude, he slid like 20 feet, too.
Incredible.
There it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, now let's move it on to one of our main stories here, of course. The Lovato crime family. These Lovatos have had a stranglehold on Big Yogurt for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next time you walk into a yogurt store and you don't see any sugar-free options, remember who sent that. The Lovato family sends their regards. No sugar-free options, capiche? If I walk into this yogurt store and see a sugar-free option, it's gonna be a problem. You might say, the yogurt's gonna melt when I set it on fire. I mean, you better hope you're not in it. You understand?
The yogurt's gonna melt when I set it on fire.
Tell him to bring out
The
whole
building.
ocean.
The building's on fire. How you
Tell him
gonna
to bring out the whole ocean.
how you gonna make ice cream? How you gonna make yogurt when your building's on fire, capiche?
The whole ocean.
Now please, I'll take a yogurt with gummy bears. I'm sick. Sick of them thinking they own the world. Here's the original tweet that started this whole thing by Madison de la Garza, Demi's sister. She said, I've been seeing a lot of support for Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas recently. Let's not forget the things that they have both done to undermine multiple communities. And I will never forget what they said about my sister. They are both horrible human beings. Fuck them. Now, girl, you knew when you spoke my name out like this, this was going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But actually, she clarified for us, what is it I did? We went through a whole
fantastic.
list on Monday. What did I do that they're holding this grudge? Well, here it is. Now, once again, let me remind you what she said before I show you this. Ethan Klein has undermined multiple communities, and she will never forget what I said about her sister. I'm a horrible human being, and fuck me. Here's what I said. She said, clearly Ethan's pretending like he doesn't even remember the statement he made in one of his podcasts. So in case you forgot.
He does not need to pretend.
You called my sister a dumb fuck.
No.
Oh, no.
Bad
No,
because
you
it's like you have this pill that's unhealthy and be skinny, but the sugar-free
It's sugar-free
like,
cookies, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, I think that's bad because it's like
So there it is.
That's
it, huh?
And I was like, girl, that's not even close to the worst thing I said about her. Well, my only thought was, oh, okay, I understand why seeing sugar-free yogurt ruined your whole week. Because now someone saying dumb fuck ruined your whole 2.5 years.
And then I had a hard time the rest of the weekend.
Like, how soft are you, dummy?
Soft as that yogurt.
Soft as frozen yogurt. That's right.
So I tweeted a few responses. She responded to me, too. It's quite good, quite good. So here's what I said. When sugar-free yogurt can ruin your week, I understand why this would be causing problems for your family 2.5 years later. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I respect anyone's opinion on the situation. Not really.
What's the like the yogurts?
Yeah, the yogurt situation.
Dude, what?
Why are you still talking about this? Weren't you all embarrassed?
It wasn't even her. Your sister.
Well, the way she's talking, she's really representing Demi. Like, in a sense, I feel that I'm speaking with Demi because why is she so invested in both sisters?
Right.
This is a conversation with me and Demi Glaze.
And Demi what?
Demi Glaze.
What?
Because I'm about to Okay, I'm not going to say that. I'll find a good use for Demi Glaze. It's like a sauce, right? Yeah, it's just a demi glaze. It's a rich brown sauce in French cuisine.
A demi glace.
Demi glaze.
Okay, yeah, I learned that's the new word of the day for me. That's deep cut.
You never heard of demi glaze?
No, I don't know.
The fuck, dude?
Really? Is this like common knowledge? A rich brown sauce in French cuisine?
I don't know. I mean, I know.
You watch more cooking shows than me, I guess.
It's from the Ligma family.
Oh, is it? No. Related?
No. It's like a pot roast sauce. I mean, damn, I thought you worked in restaurants. You never demi glazed
Well, I didn't
it
work
up?
in a steakhouse, and I also don't eat meat, so this might explain why I'm not familiar.
That's fair.
I'm the meat chef.
Well, I'm going to treat her ass like a fine pot roast and demi glaze the shit out of her.
It's from the Secondi Islands.
It's from the what now?
The Secondi Islands.
Oh, right.
The what?
Secondi Islands? Is that the island Napoleon swam back from?
Yeah, the Secondi Island. Yeah.
Is that where the demi glaze was invented?
The Secondi's nuts, bitch.
Yo.
What's your problem, dude? Where are you coming from?
Yo, dude.
What did I do to you? You coming out with a suck on these nuts shit? About to demi glaze your ass if you don't pipe down. Anyway, she said, I respect anyone's opinion on the situation, just not sure why such harsh and hateful words were necessary. Okay. By the way, this was not and has never been about sugar-free yogurt. It's bigger. This is bigger than the yogurt. This is about other things, like diet culture.
Yeah. I think, honestly, my read on the situation, and like I could be totally wrong, is I wonder if she watched the show, and obviously, like for Demi, this situation with the frozen yogurt stemmed from like other things. Demi's talked about her eating disorder and how that's like prominent in their family, I think. So I wonder if she was watching you guys just like talk about her sister in like such a insensitive, but like you guys just talk like that, but it is her sister and she was there for that. So I wonder if it like struck a nerve and she was like, these are people I watch, they're talking about my sister.
Definitely.
I mean,
You think?
clearly,
Yeah.
she was clearly right, but like, let's revisit her original statement here.
Hi, sisters.
She said, oh, by the way, she said, for anyone who's worried about how thick my skin is, this has been my whole life. I'm fine. Let the cards fall where they may. Not my problem. Right. It's your sister's problem. She's got to deal with the yogurt allegations again.
Now, is she like in the public eye? This
She is actually. She's does. She
She
seems,
did acting growing up. Let me see what she's up to today.
I've been seeing a lot of. Remember, this is what she said. I've been seeing lots of support for Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas recently. Let's not forget the horrible thing, or the undermining multiple communities. What the fuck did I do? Undermine the yogurt
Well,
community?
she hasn't
She didn't specify
She
on
hasn't
that one yet.
clarified that one, but the second half of the statement, I guess, is the dumb fuck.
Okay, and I will never forget what they said about my sister. Dumb fuck. Fuck them both. That's even as bad as what I said.
Yeah, but you started it.
Bad because it's like eat have this pill that's unhealthy.
You started it though.
It looks like Madison is directing, screenwriting, and producing right now.
Right, so nothing.
She's probably working on a horror film. Taka the diet-free yogurt. What'd you say, Dan?
I said so unemployed.
Yeah, that's the sense I,
mean,
got.
Yeah.
And not just
And
because
especially,
of the strike.
yeah,
Because she's
especially because of the strike. Yeah.
Yeah, she was unemployed before the
There
strike.
was a strike. That's true.
Talentless, probably why.
Jesus, we don't know that.
I don't.
We don't
Just
know
a
that.
guess.
Her sister is extremely talented.
Although
so
I
maybe
can
it
tell,
runs in
I
the
can
family.
tell her that she's
Yeah.
a beautiful singer, but
Yeah, it's like
Well,
the
I don't know. Did you ever make a
extent of-
movie?
Oh, right. No comment. I don't know.
Camp Rock.
But I'll say this: I can tell her temperament is a little fucking off. I mean, because if she's a director, this is not gonna be a good situation. Imagine one of the PAs walks in with sugar-free yogurt. It'll ruin the whole fucking week.
It's gonna be like that Tom Cruise incident where he just yelled at everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't Tom Cruise. It was
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah.
No, Tom Cruise did it as well.
He had a diva moment.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, when?
It was during COVID.
Someone wasn't wearing a mask, I
Yeah.
think, and they had to shut
Oh,
down
I thought that was
production.
vibes. I like that.
Oh no. It was yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
The Christian Bale one was a little wild.
Yeah. I think the like intense emotional response is pretty indicative that she was a fan for sure.
You think she's a fan?
I think that she
Yeah.
was, and then like it was hurtful when she heard like the people she was.
That's what Olivia was trying to say, is that she was watching it as
I
a
imagine at the
fan, and then
time.
suddenly her sister's catching strays, and she
I
gets
see.
And
upset.
like, yeah.
I am her biggest fan.
I see. Okay, but still, it's 2.5 years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Move on, Madison. And the other sister quote tweeted it too. But there was another response that I leveled against her.
What brought this up, you think? Because she said, I guess
I don't know.
She said Trisha and Ethan have been getting a lot of positive and support on the internet right now.
Trisha was getting some support
because of the Colleen thing, but
I didn't
feel like everybody hates you. The same that they always do.
Yeah, people have
I-
always hated me. Sorry, Madison. Nice try.
I have an alternate idea.
Go ahead.
I wonder if she came for you both if she wants frenemies back.
Frenemies back.
She's playing 40 chess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
that
think
one.
the Lovatos operate on that high level.
They live their lives.
They're
with
more of a
working
chess
frenemies.
people. They're more of a checkers people.
Yeah.
I saw someone point out that Trisha and the sister had been on the same podcast.
Oh, yeah, they
within a
both-
couple
Oh,
weeks.
yeah. Really?
And I feel like that could have triggered it somehow.
I think it's the Colleen stuff by also the. Dude, what was that? I saw this. It looked like Trisha was in like blackface on this podcast.
No. She was on Chrissy Carlson Romano's podcast.
Can you
who
pull it
played
up?
Kim Possible,
Her
and she
skin
had
looked,
the
like,
Kim
super
Possible,
dark.
like the cartoon lip drawn on.
She looked like Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Those are her words. That's
not
her
mine.
words
Yeah,
for
just for the
anybody that
record.
doesn't know the background. She thinks she looks like.
Anyway, I
Jackson.
responded to her tweet about I respect anyone's opinion, and I said, I think it's nice that all you siblings have your sister's back, even if she was being a dumb fuck at the time. Family. And of course, the irony being that I called her a dumb fuck again, right?
Right. You did double
That shows
down.
how little I care.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
What now? What now? Madison de L. Garza.
Ooh.
That's right. Can I find that Samuel Jackson on that one podcast? Yeah, I need that. I need that. Right now. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What
Kim
is
Possible.
this? No offense, but what the fuck is this?
It's Kim Possible, dude.
Do you want me to send you a photo of Kim Possible?
Is she? What color is Kim Possible's skin?
Well, she's a cartoon
that
character,
color.
but she's a white character.
But her upper lip is like a black.
All right, let me see Kim Possible.
You don't know Kim Possible?
Who
You really
the
don't know
fuck's
Kim Possible?
You don't know what Demi Glaze is.
I do. I do.
Kim
Jesus.
Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. All right, let me see Kim Possible.
I mean, it's this character.
Oh,
Are you-
why is her skin dark?
Why did you send the hot?
It's just this. You see how?
AB sent the hot.
As
Kim
soon as I
Possible.
sent it, I'm like, wait, is that her usual outfit?
Did someone type hot Kim Possible?
He sent a cleavage like sexy version.
Oh,
Well, I think you're
AB.
describing a
Jesus,
little
AB.
more racy
Come
than
on,
I
AB.
am.
That's not on Google when you search.
Tone it
Kim
down.
Possible.
It's a kid's show,
Where'd you
man.
get that?
Little folder or something.
It is. You look at there. It is. There's my search. I was just trying to find a close
I'm
up.
messing with you.
Tits. Okay, so do you agree that her skin tone got a little haywire here?
Mm,
Am I the only one?
It might be the shadowing that you're talking about, but I don't think so.
Wow.
I mean,
Because
maybe
she has red hair. She should have fair skin.
it looks
Like, she should be more white, not more
I mean,
dark.
I guess.
I don't
But
know.
she's probably trying to
just
do
like-
some like cartoon shading.
Could be the lighting too. I don't know. I
think-
can't tell from this screenshot.
Okay. Here, Cam, can you get us one of the lighting where she's in blackface, with the true lighting?
Let's move on.
There it is. Shout out to, well, Jay, we're on the same level. We both are ruining communities left and right. Madison, let's see. Madison and her mom are on TikTok live. This was pretty great. Let's take a look. Come on. It was one of them twos that called into our show, by the way. And the mom...
We don't know that for sure.
Dude.
I know we had the whole discussion about it.
89% yes yesterday on Monday.
Yeah. Maybe.
Now, here you can see the mom doesn't know who we are. Someone asked about, hey, do you want to go on H3 podcast? Because I said I want to interview them.
Okay, so now we're gonna Eva, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the first gifts, you guys. That means a lot. Okay, please tell me what's going
You fucked up reading that out loud, girl.
on. I can't. Not on here. Okay, I
Not
don't
on
even
here.
know what's going on there. I don't even know that guy.
Okay, so it was for sure the sister. The mom doesn't even know.
Well, how does she know it's a man? She said, I don't even know that man.
Is that what she said? Hold on.
The name's Jonathan.
Okay, so now we're gonna Eva, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the first gifts, you guys. That means a
Why is Demi Lovato's family on here begging for fucking TikTok stickers? I mean, what the fuck? Have some damn dignity.
Thank you for the 5 cents.
For the family, for the family name. You know, is Demi not hooking you guys up?
The prime.
She not sharing the wealth? Demi Lovato net worth. She's a pretty big deal, right? 40 million? She's from Albuquerque?
Yeesh.
What's your problem with Albuquerque?
What do you know about Albuquerque?
Nothing.
Well, gators. I know there's gators there.
No, that's in Arizona, bro.
I know there's gators in Albuquerque.
I think
Anyone
it's
here
like,
from Arizona?
In New Mexico, maybe?
Yeah, it's in New Mexico.
It's where Breaking Bad takes place.
I can't. Not on here. Okay,
I
don't
can't.
even
Not
know
on
what's
here.
going there. I don't
My
even
name
know.
is so foul. What did I do? I feel that we could bury the hatchet. We could bury the yogurt if it were. Because there's really... Me and you, we haven't wronged each other so much, have we? I know you called into the show. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to watch
We don't know that. I need to keep
Well, according to
correcting you on
89%
that.
of our audience, it was her.
In the opinion of a large majority of the audience, one of them may have called into the show anonymously.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to watch
Unconfirmed.
the show again and just be a part of the community without feeling that animus, you know, for the yogurt incident from 2.5 years ago? I want you to come back to the family.
Well, you need to bridge the gap. You need to apologize for calling her sister a dumb fuck.
I do apologize.
Yeah.
But she will.
Do you
Okay,
think
but
that her sister's a dumb
But
fuck?
they have to accept some accountability that this was very silly. I don't think they're willing to accept the silliness of what that was.
Of the yogurt incident or of bringing it back up
Of the
3
yogurt
years later?
incidents. They seem to not want to accept any blame for that.
I think, well, Demi apologized for that, did she not?
It was fake, obviously. Hollow.
This is her sister. It's not Demi.
Both sisters. It was obviously hollow. You don't think they don't talk?
You think
She
they're in a
obviously
group
goes and
chat?
begs her for money at least once a month. Keep her ass off TikTok live.
And then I had a hard time the rest of the weekend.
Straight up panhandling. I
He's
will
never coming on.
I will pay you for the appearance.
What? We never do that. We can't.
I'm extending that to her because
Wow.
she needs the money.
Oh, man.
I'm extending the olive branch or the TikTok rose emoji that costs 1 cent. I'll get you a bunch of those.
A dozen.
I'll buy you thousands of those, girl. Bury you in them. And this is, you know, just the. And actually, you know what? I'm willing to even start a show with your sister called Smart Fuck. And here we can bury the hatchet together. Doot, any thoot. Together at last. It's a heartwarming tale of redemption and friendship, unlikely places. Take the yogurt, leave the sugar free. Why does this look like James Charles?
Oh my God.
That's literally James Charles.
It does, yeah.
A little bit.
Whose face is that? Is that Demi?
That's Demi.
Yeah,
Why is it James Charles though?
So embarrassing.
Just the makeup makes it similar.
So, you know, what more can I say? I do apologize. I do apologize for calling your sister a dumb fuck. I did say worse things. I apologize for those too. That language was not appropriate. It wasn't appropriate. You could be critical of somebody without calling them a dumb fuck. And that's where I fucked up. You know. So I do apologize, Madison. And if you want, I'll even get you like one of those Bronchiosaurus stickers on TikTok. What do those run for?
Well, it's at least $1.
At least $1?
A whole dollar?
Yeah.
I'll get you a Bronchiosaurus sticker if you come on.
I'll
fill you in later.
Okay.
Am I wrong though? Is this weird that they're like they're on here to make like $2? There's 86 people watching.
Okay, so now we're gonna Eva, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the first gifts, you guys. That means a lot.
Unless they're being paid for whatever they're doing.
By who? For 85 views?
That's a good point.
What's going on?
I can't.
They just started out. She's starting out her TikTok career. You got to start somewhere, right?
Well, I'll tell you something.
Support small creators.
Some people might say, "Oh, well, they just started the stream. That's why the views aren't up." Well, watch. It starts at 86 and it goes down to 85.
Okay, so now we're gonna Eva.
Look at that. They're losing audience.
Fluctuation. A little fluctuation.
Yeah,
Top right.
thank you for the first gifts, you
Stable.
guys. That means a lot.
85.
Okay, please tell me what's
Also,
going
I think
on.
it's important to note that our fans as well, like we just talked about them, so they're probably in there because of that too.
True. 50 of them are HP podcast viewers. That leaves 35 people. That's like basically just the sisters and their friends watching.
I can't. Not on here.
Okay, I don't even know what's going on there. I don't even know that guy.
I'll fill you in later.
Okay.
Yeah. It did go up back to 86 at the end, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, I'm glad we covered that. The Lovato crime family. I'm coming for RICO charges.
I just love that phrase. Cracks me up every time.
Y'all been racketeering this game for too damn long. They should open a yogurt store. Just no sugar, free. Only sugar.
Only sugar yogurt.
Fuck diabetic people. Diabetics not welcome. That's what I'm waiting for. All right, let's do our ad. We'll come back. We'll talk about the
ads.
Whoa.
There's 2 ads. And we'll talk about the Lizzo thing, and then we'll jump right in to the horrific world of H3 true crime. And who couldn't be excited for that? I love true crime. I'm looking forward to this. Why do these people look so similar? I mean, if I could say something nice about Demi, I don't think she's as bad as James Charles.
Right.
If I had to save one, I'd save her.
Right.
If
Easy.
you had to save one, you'd save her, but because we love her more.
I don't love her more, but James deserves to.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
I didn't say anything. To be held accountable.
Exactly.
100%.
Okay, Ethan, calm down. Let me focus, because Ethan is getting a little too goblet mode already today.
Living up to the off the rails name.
Get it together. Come on.
Hold it. Rein in it. Here we go.
People keep saying, help Reckless Ben. Let me talk about Reckless Ben. This guy put up a video about what's the name of that haunted house? I've watched all about it. I know all about that guy.
McCamey Manor.
Okay, yeah. This guy is an absolute freak, and he should probably be in jail. So this guy made a video about it, and he put out a video. He says, Ethan, please contact me. Let's get in touch so I can help you. And I says, okay, cool. I'm going to contact this guy. Go on Twitter. Does he or I don't know if he had his, I don't think he has a Twitter. So I went on Instagram. He doesn't follow me on Instagram. I have no way to contact him. I literally went to each option for him. And I have no way to contact him. You know what I mean?
I'm out of the loop on this. Why does he need your help?
His video got taken down for
I see.
graphic or being too graphic.
Got it.
But I guess the original videos stayed up, and he's saying, what's the deal? And I was going to send the URL to my YouTube reps, but I need the original URL, which only you have. So how am I supposed to help you?
Is this him?
Help me help you, dude. What?
Maybe found an Instagram account?
Yeah, he's on Instagram.
He doesn't follow me.
Oh, so you can. I see.
I can't DM him.
His are open. Maybe he just opened them, but his are open. It says.
Oh.
Open. So what? I mean, but that's not.
Right.
How's he even going to see it? He doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I can message him. Hey, you here? It's literally just goes into the ether of every fucking person.
He'll probably see it now. If
Yeah.
we talk about it.
I just thought that was funny. I've never been asked for help and then had no way to get in touch with them. Yeah, I'll send it to my YouTube Reddit. I just need the URL.
There's his email too if you need it.
Gabish. And that's all I can say about that.
Okay, Reckless Ben. Checked off. Got him.
A little reckless, if you ask me. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming out. All right, listen, let's thank our sponsors. Gamer Sup. Oh! We love Gamer Sup. We love Gamer Sup. New flavors coming out at the end of the month.
Who's getting canceled? Eat the damn trash. Lena, it's time to get canceled.
Should I not do that?
Oh, no.
That was, I'm not supposed to do that, right?
Yeah,
or
don't
do
do
I
it.
always do that?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? By the way, I was watching the show where we did the 4 buttons. It was so funny. It was just such a disaster. And just enough explanation got through that.
Yeah, it actually was coherent.
Yeah,
it was way more
coherent.
coherent than I expected.
It's so perfect. You're like, oh, there's this video we can't show, and then it cuts.
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing you said is we love Gamer Subs. We have a new flavor coming out.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
We love Gamer Subs. We got a new flavor coming out at the end of the month. It's our flavor.
Yeah.
And this is tested by everybody here, formulated to perfection.
Yeah, we had a whole little focus group. We went back and forth with them, like 3 or 4
We sent it back and said, this isn't enough.
Not good enough.
They sent it back. They sent a line. I snorted it. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Not endorsed.
Do I need to hit the button again?
No, you're fine.
Do not snort Gamer Subs. Drink it. It's a drink.
It's a drink.
Do not do that. But the flavor is good. You don't even have taste receptacles in your nose. Be a waste.
You don't even have to think about it, dude.
Yeah, that's coming out the end of the month, man. I'm so excited. But until then, you got to get your Gamer Subs in. I'm talking, this is the one I always hit is Black Cherry. And you can't miss with it.
It's good.
I know y'all have your own flavors, though, that you like.
Blue Raz.
All different flavors.
Mango Meta.
Mango Meta?
Do we have the pina colada here? I really want to try that one.
Yeah, they sent us like everything.
Has anyone tried the pina colada?
Everything.
I've tried the pineapple one.
Yeah, I've had
Different.
pineapple, but
Yeah,
not pina
the
colada.
Can I get
one
a
is-
pina colada?
You like pina colada?
I love pina colada flavor.
Yeah, me
boy.
too. I don't know if we have it.
Oh, we'll see.
take
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna have our own cup coming out too. They have a ton of cup options. They all have really cool art shakers, so you can shake it up. It gets all fully dissolved.
Cheers, my dude.
Anyway, Gamer Subs is a fantastic sponsor. We love them, so please support them if you're in the market for some kind of energetic beverage, gamer.
They have caffeine-free options too.
Caffeine-free options.
Hydration.
Drinks. Go to gamersups.gg and use the code H3 to get 10% off your order. Nice. Go to gamersubs.gg and use code H3 to get 10% off your order. Thank you so much to Gamersubs for sponsoring us. Thank you. Nice song, Zach. Like that one.
Should we keep it going for the other ad?
Sure.
Let's roll on through.
Groovy. Here's another one. Stamps.com.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best sponsors. I am so loyal to Stamps.com.
The best.
Please support them if you're in the market. If you're running a small business, or a big business, or you just mail a lot of stuff, Stamps.com is going to revolutionize your life. Okay. Stamps.com has gets it because they've been in business for 25 years, helping over 1 million businesses. Do the math on that.
That's a lot of business. That's a lot of business.
You know, and you can, and now with Stamps.com, it's going to save you so much time and so much money. You can focus on your business instead of shipping, which is such a nightmare, dude. Here's what they do for you. All you need is a computer and a printer. They'll send you a free scale, which is, that's all you need to get started.
Yep.
So you take the package, you put it on the scale, you print the postage. Done, dude.
Done.
And then you could drop it off at the post office, or you can even schedule a pickup. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, you don't even have to do anything, dude. You put it in your mailbox, go to a mail drop box. Why would you not use this? And if that's not a good enough reason, here's another one. Stamps.com has huge discounts, up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates.
Whoa.
What was that number again? 84%. Because they do such crazy volume, million, they can negotiate massive discounts from the carriers. Right. Not sure. I like it. Plus, Stamps.com automatically tells you your cheapest and fastest shipping option. Love it. 25 years.
Love ya.
Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Get access to the USPS and UPS services you need right from your computer anytime, day or night. No lines, no traffic, no waiting. So, set up your business for success when you get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with the promo code H3 for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a free digital scale. There's no long-term commitment or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code H3. Thank you so much to Stamps.com. Thank you to our sponsors. Please consider supporting them. If it's something you need. Thank you. All right, let's go. We don't have pina colada. I guess, can we buy it?
We don't have pina colada.
Or ask for it.
We could buy it.
Yeah, you could buy it. Use code H3, though.
Use code H3, 10% off.
All right, so we talked about Lovato crime family. Wait, no, there's more. There's more. The brother or cousin started following everybody on Instagram. How did you notice this, Olivia? Was that you?
Yeah, I saw it in my notifications when I woke up, and I was just like, I know that last name.
Do you think he's spying? Or do you think he wants to connect?
Maybe he wants to connect. I don't know.
Does he want to parlay a deal, a piece?
Parlay a piece,
Between
maybe.
the great crime families?
I mean...
Between the family, the H3 family, and the Lovato family?
It could be something beauty.
So he only follows 880, which isn't like insane. What was this?
That's to show that Demi follows him.
Demi follows him.
Yeah.
And he followed...
all of us.
Did he followed everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then if he did that, he wants someone to reach out, I think, no?
I can totally reach out if you want me to.
Just say, hey, what's up?
Just say, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
He might think that I'm trying to flirt.
I think it's no. You work
If I
for
just say, "Hey, what's up?"
just say. You want a guy to message you?
No, but I can be like, "Hi."
Hey, girl.
Don't say, "Hey, what's up?" You could use more tact than that.
Hey, girl.
All right, I'll think about it.
Just say, "It's about time the two great crime families come together at last.
Should I send a voice note at you?
Now there is a peace between us. Our coverage of this great state has increased twice. Our income is higher than ever. We've removed all sugar-free options from every yogurt store in the state. And yet still, there's a problem. Her name is Demi. She says she's gonna bring the sugar-free. Gotta do something about this Demi. This Demi Glaze. All right, yeah, just send him a message. and transcribe that.
I did. It's already sent.
Oh, yeah, here it is. He followed Ian, Olivia, Sam, Hila, Lena. Did he follow me?
Let me look.
He follows literally all of us.
Yeah, he followed. Yeah, and Teddy Fresh and the H3 podcast.
Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Maybe he hates his family?
We're gonna get to the
Hate
bottom
follow?
of this.
Is it a hate follow? But this is so it's like there's so many interesting developments in this story. They're making it so juicy for me. All right, shout out Braden. Let's go. My boy Braden, my boy. Friend of the show, Braden De La Garza. He's an actor, prolific actor as I understand it. And a very talented musician as well. Also very beautiful, handsome guy.
Oh, he is. Yeah, you said cousin, right?
Brother or cousin. is
Cousin.
What I said.
I'm reading cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, so he might be.
We just knew he had the last name.
Right.
He's a cousin. He's got to be a fan if he followed all of us. Because why would he follow the show? He's looking for first contact.
All right. I'll give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Show us.
Go on.
Oh, God.
Somebody said, Braden, are you here right now? That's a good question. Braden, are you here right now?
Like a Ouija board.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is. All right, let's talk about this Lizzo lawsuit. Now, I thought Lizzo was beloved, but it seems like there's a ton of people who are like, I finally get to hate Lizzo publicly.
I feel like there are a lot of fat-phobic people who are using this as an opportunity to be fat-phobic. But Lizzo deserves all the canceling and without the fat phobia because it's the least of her worries. You know what I mean?
Well, apparently she was, according to this, fat shaming some of
Which is
her dancers, which is pretty awesome, to be honest, in terms of irony.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that I'm not even going to say it, actually. It's important to remember that because hold on one sec. Let me send you a note, Dan.
This is never good. What do we got?
Mm-hmm.
But that's fair. I can say that, right? Doesn't undermine me.
Right.
Could that be used against me?
I don't think so. This was not nearly as offensive as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so it's important to remember that these are just alleged, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are just some former employees that are alleging some pretty wild stuff.
Right.
Although by all accounts, it does seem like she's a giant B word. Oh, not like giant in that sense.
Nobody thought that but you.
I heard Snickers.
I think it was the B word part.
What? B word's funny now? No, not giant though. She's a normal. I mean, she's not normal size, but she's a B word. No reference to size.
No, everyone was on the same page.
She's a B word.
Lizzo sounds like a bad person.
She's a bad, baddie.
Bad.
Yeah.
No commentary about her figure, which, you know, as a member, I guess I don't know if I'm a member or former member of the fat community.
X.
Ex-member? I'm still obese, technically. I checked my BMI. No, not obese. I graduated from obese to overweight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. All right, so let's read through this. Lizzo's being sued by 3 former dancers for alleged sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. Yada, 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 yada. 2 alleged they were pressured into nude photo shoots. 1 woman claimed to be nearly assaulted by Lizzo. Complaint was filed in L.A. Her production company's Big Touring Inc. Can I? Okay. I'm not. I mean, in her own business, it's Big Girl, Big Touring.
Yeah.
So I can acknowledge that she's big.
Yeah, that's no secret.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that she is big. Because when I said giant, then you all said I went too far.
Nobody. That's not what happened.
Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble today. I can tell.
On one.
Simmer down.
Reel it in.
Tone it down. Bring it down.
It's rewind time.
Bring it down. All right, let's see. The various allegations by the defendant, they claim sexual and racial harassment, disability discrimination, assault, and false imprisonment. Did we ever find what the hell the false imprisonment was about?
I've been Googling around. Olivia has a decent theory of what that's referring to.
I read through all the complaints. I think this qualifies as false imprisonment. Lizzo allegedly told the dancers they would have to audition again, according to the suit, leading to an excruciating 12-hour rehearsal in which Davis soiled her own pants because she was too fearful of losing her job to use the bathroom. Like, that's crazy.
I read this whole thing too, and I have to. I did chuckle when I read that. I'm sorry.
I mean,
because I was like, "Girl, what?" But false imprisonment, and it implies that you're being imprisoned.
well, she was scared
Without-
that she was going to be fired if she were to leave. So I wonder if.
But
they're
Right. That
stretching
was
her.
what I was thinking too.
Can you falsely? Okay.
I see what you're saying, Ethan. Yeah, because they can still they still have the choice to leave. So
Well,
doesn't-
that's a
yeah.
really strong charge. That's like a crime. State of being imprisoned without legal authority.
Yeah.
That's like saying, I'm blocking the door, you can't leave. But, I mean, there's been certain cases where I can recall where people were imprisoned just by the, like in cultish behavior with like Keith Ramirez. He got charged.
Is it possible, like, the more serious allegations, like, those details haven't been released, or the entire lawsuit has been released?
The initial complaint is out, right?
The complaint? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we
I
have
read the
all the
complaint.
info.
Right. You read the complaint.
Yeah, I read the
then I think that that's it.
Gotta be it.
But where was the part about? That's not funny, by the way, that she shit herself.
Apparently, Reddit is.
Lizzo allegedly told dancers they would have to audition again, according to the suit. Lydia. Fuck, dude.
Grace just donated $20 and said the false imprisonment was because one of the dancers was fired and held by security while her phone was confiscated to have photos removed.
That's false imprisonment.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, thank you, Grace.
Okay, good.
All of the articles that had write-ups about this didn't really clarify that. So I
Yeah, they did
appreciate
tell the story
explanation.
about she tried to like record a conversation so that she could have it like later if she was complaining about obviously her horrible treatment, and then Lizzo like
Okay,
found out.
that makes a lot of sense. That's fucked up. That's definitely some imprisonment going on there. But I was reading this, so they Lizzo allegedly told the dancers they would have to audition again, according to the suit, leading to an
what is getting you, man?
excruciating 12-hour rehearsal in which Davis soiled her pants because she was too fearful of losing her job to use the bathroom. That's horrible. I mean, it speaks to the culture, right? But shitting pants, I mean, so like, okay, I'll pretend like it's not funny at all.
It does sound like an imprisoned story. You know what I mean?
Well, that wasn't the imprisonment.
Yes.
That was just a rehearsal. I expect you guys to shit your pants if we're mid-show.
Absolutely.
I just did, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
No worries.
No
Please don't
fucking
fire
bathroom
us.
breaks during the show. You understand? I locked the bathrooms during the show. Actually. It just surprised me. It took me by surprise. I never read a complaint where they're like, I shit myself, and that's why.
Maybe
I'm suing.
To think about it a bit further, they might have like a lot of clothes on or something
Right.
during the performance, and it's hard to take off, and it's like
Actually, no. There actually a better part of this was I need more. The second sentence says they gave her like a tiny little white thing to wear.
That makes
And you
sense.
could see the shit through it.
Oh no.
And I think that was the fucked up part. Is they humiliated her.
Right.
Not that she shit her pants.
Right.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we're all pants shitters at one point in our life. And Zach, for example, shit on somebody's lawn.
Fuck yeah, I did, dude.
And in their car. Separate incidents.
Well, I never shit in someone's car. I got rosebud all over their car.
That's fucked up.
Right. You just had an ass that leaked in a car, but it wasn't shit.
As you look for that, I'll keep reading. The complaint alleges Lizzo encouraged her crew to touch the nude performers and engage in other explicit sexual acts with them. Lizzo then turned her attention to Miss Davis and began pressuring Miss Davis to touch the breasts of one of the nude women. The lawsuit reads. Davis declined, but Lizzo allegedly led a chant encouraging her to do it. Davis briefly touched the performer's breast and was mortified. That same night, Lizzo supposedly pressured a member of her security team to get on stage, and his pants were pulled down, exposing his buttocks. Yeah, that's sexual assault. Right? I mean, what the fuck? She sounds wild. I think that's the part that like people didn't expect. She is like a full-on degenerate. Like, geez. About a week later, Lizzo invited her dancers out in Paris, allegedly telling them they were going to a place with live dancing performers and that they would be able to learn something or be inspired by that. It was a nude cabaret bar. I mean,
That seems like
it doesn't seem like that. That one, I'm just gonna say, it's like okay. I mean, it's nude cabarets. What do you? That's not like pornographic, right? I mean, it's these girls with feathers and do like this, right? That's
It's
the
a
cabaret.
sexual dance.
doesn't seem. I don't know. Touring musicians going and doing wild stuff after a show. I don't. She's far from the only one to do that, right?
It's not saying the behavior is okay. Some of this is fucked up, but this one seems like a little bit of a stretch, and I'm sorry. Okay, I know we all want to. Hold on, we got just a little technical issue here.
We have some technical issue. It sounds like.
What do we do about it? What are we gonna do?
Really?
I think people.
I didn't even hear.
You heard it because it was a reference too.
I just think it's safe.
Yeah. I don't know if I got it though.
No, you definitely
you did.
It's 30 seconds.
It's 20, but
Oh,
yeah.
20.
I'm surprised you didn't think so, Dan.
Let's just move on. I guess I don't know. It didn't.
All right, that's the first button.
Cheers, my dude.
Second.
Yeah, that's the second button.
Wait, it is? What was the first one?
During the ad.
Oh, right. Today, what do I do? How do I calm down?
Well, thankfully, Lena will be leading most of the episode after this.
I've almost
segment,
made
so,
it through.
Yeah, you just have to get through the rest of the story, and then it's out of your hands.
Just don't play chestnut, Zach.
Please.
You got it.
Lizzo allegedly told the dancers that they would have to audition again. Oh, this is one we read. Did you ever able to find that? It's in the complaint, or
The one where she berated her for her weight?
it was right after this sentence. No, it was. She gave them like, maybe it was from the complaint. And that's why you can't. I don't know. It was right after-
About the. It's just she was given a see-through outfit with no undergarments to finish the performance.
Yeah.
The lawsuit alleges.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A see-through undergarments.
With no undergarments. See-through outfit with no undergarments.
That's probably the humiliation part.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that seems pretty wild.
Especially if she had a shitty ass.
Humiliate somebody. You know, it only says soiled. We don't actually know if it was poopy.
Soiled? Oh, you think maybe she peed?
Peeing is soiled.
Oh, that's
as well.
fair. That's true. That's true. That's
Is
true.
it though?
Yeah.
Is it definition?
You know what?
If you pee your own pants, you've soiled yourself. That still counts, right?
Let me look it up because that is an interesting point. Soiling is when a child regularly poos their pants. Well, that's the NHS. If they're already potty trained, the soiling, I think it might mean specifically pooping pants.
It can mean other things. I'm looking if it's commonly referenced to.
I mean, this is a legal document, though. We need to be precise with our
Listen
language.
to this:
right?
to stain or defile.
Yeah.
She defiled her pants.
Where is the best place to shit in a Walmart?
To control, to lose control of one's bowels. I think it means shit.
Okay, well, maybe.
Soiled is an adjective that describes something that has become dirty. Well, I know what soiled means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
You know, I think
It's
it means
vague though. It's slightly vague.
It's a little vague. It feels like it could be
It
either
could
way.
have been
but
written to mislead.
Yeah, they could have
frankly.
been pee and soil. Yeah.
and
Maybe
you
she
use
just
soiled to make people jump to that conclusion.
Well, regardless,
Right.
she had to change, and they gave her see-through.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad either way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, Zach. So not to defend Lizzo, but I just that one stuck out as me as like, you know, I don't know. Davis and Williams alleged that they were pressured to participate in a nude photo shoot as contestants on her show. In May 2023, Davis was fired on the spot after Lizzo believed she privately recorded a meeting. Miss Davis has a habit of making audio recordings of stressful interactions so she can review them later in less stressful environments, the lawsuit says. Lizzo became furious, hurling expletives at the group, and stated that she was going to go around the room person by person until someone told Lizzo who made the recording. Well, that implies that it was leaked or something, right? Because how would she know? And for sure, there's an NDA in place.
Mm-hmm.
The complaint alleges Lizzo and Quigley took turns berating Davis before she was fired. Davis claimed she was confined to a room against her will. That you certainly cannot do.
Yeah,
As a
that's pretty
security
over the
team
top.
searched her phone, you can't search your phone either, freak.
It's crazy.
Even the police can't do that without like a warrant.
Nah.
You know? But here's where it gets more interesting. A few more people came out from outside the lawsuit to speak against Lizzo. Lizzo's former creative director and one of her former dancers have both co-signed the lawsuit, saying it reflects their experiences. Check this out. Creative director, that's a pretty high-level job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They said, I'm not a part of the lawsuit, but this was very much my experience in my time there. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this into light. There it is. Wow. Echoing what that person said, I haven't been a part of that world for around 3 years for a reason. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this to light, and I grieve parts of my own experience. I'd appreciate space to understand my feelings. So she definitely is a tyrant. You know?
Damn. It's disappointing. She seemed nice from the
Well, she
limited
played the
amount I ever.
flute, man.
She played the crystal flute.
Yeah.
That was wholesome.
I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that B word. That's her. That's a
100%
real.
a B?
Yeah, that's a real lyric of hers, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's become literal, I guess. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she'll play the flute in her apology video.
Man, you know what? That's true. She could deliver us an even better apology.
Yo, that's a good suggestion, Zach.
I thought the toxic gossip train needed a little bit of flute on it.
Yeah.
Miss Davis was pressed on as long as she could until she eventually lost control of her bladder.
All aboard.
Still fearing the repercussions of exiting the stage, so she pissed herself.
Bladder. I called it. See?
And not that it makes it better, but
yeah.
I do feel that. Well, it says bladder, so they say it. Okay, so she peed herself.
Seemed like most people did agree that soiled leans towards poopy. It leans poopy.
Should we do a poll? Do you want to do a poll on it?
Okay.
Does soiled mean pee, poop, or both?
Does soiled mean pee,
If you want to watch a streamer that wants to pee in the potty,
or both?
Then watch Anyone But Me? What the fuck is that, Quartering? I think it's poop. But you know how the conservatives were losing their mind because she played the crystal flute?
Mhm.
They defiled the pure crystal flute. They were
James
right.
Madison's crystal flute, our most precious relic of the United States.
They were right. She should have never played that crystal flute.
Yeah. Good people
tarnished.
only.
Pearl is gonna love this. She's always talking about Lizzo.
Who?
Pearl.
Oh, all of the
Oh,
like
no.
Quartering has like 1 million Lizzo videos. I think. Maybe I'm
Well, Lizzo is
Oh my God.
is to Pearl what Brie Larson is to the Quartering.
DNA test turns out we're 100% the best, even when we're going crazy.
Thank you, Pearl, who might end up being a stand-in for Lizzo if she gets into enough trouble. Okay, well, this is interesting. The majority of people are saying both, 50%. Second place, poop, 37%. So soiled can be pee. Very bad poll. Does soiled mean pee, poop, both? How is that bad? That's a perfect poll.
Thank you.
Because I wrote it.
Oh, I guess that's true. I can't take credit.
So what was the fat shaming and stuff? Because I'm interested in that. She was apparently like, that I'm interested in because it's so ironic, right?
It was in that same NBC article about it was specifically. I don't think it gave specifics, at least from what I saw. It was just she allegedly would make comments about some of the dancers' weights.
That's because, of course, she's like all body positivity and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think makes it so shocking and juicy of a story to people is that is part of her celebrity identity is the body positivity thing. So for her to be doing that is pretty crazy.
Okay, here's the line, and I read this in the complaint, and tell me what you think. The suit accuses Lizzo of calling attention to the dancer's weight after an appearance at South by Southwest Music Festival. The singer and her choreographer later told the dancer, Ariana Davis, that she seemed less committed to her role, a commitment that suit described as a thinly veiled concern about Davis's weight. That's the best example they have?
Yeah, that's a little vague, but I don't know. In context, maybe.
I haven't seen, maybe she was dropping the ball on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But like...
She was dropping the ball on the dance floor.
I mean, but like... I'm sorry, but if you're going to accuse Lizzo of fat shaming, I think you need better receipts than this.
Mm-hmm.
Literally said, the singer and her choreographer later told her that she seemed less committed to her role. A comment that the suit described as thinly veiled. That was heavily veiled because I don't know why less committed necessarily means you need to lose weight. And I mean, Lizzo's like, she's a really good performer and dancer, and she's obviously has a larger figure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
I would need that to be explicitly stated, or at least, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just that, I don't know. I know y'all want me to fucking shit on Lizzo right now, but I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm not saying she's wrong or that everything's wrong in that claim. And that's the huge claim that's going out. That's the headline. Lizzo fat shame dancer.
I have the whole story from the paperwork if you want to hear it or
Sure.
want it sent.
Wait, what?
Like directly from the lawsuit, if you want to hear it.
Sure.
I'm-
This quote is from the lawsuit, I think.
I read through the complaint right now. There's only 4 mentions of weight, and it's all vague. There's no specific instance. It talks about how, in general, a weight gain means this. It's considered that a dancer may be lazy. And then the person who made the complaint said that Lizzo had previously called attention to her after noticing her weight gain during a South by Southwest music festival. And then
by saying she's less committed, right?
Right. It's very vague. There's no quote.
Yeah,
There's no
I don't know if that
specifics.
one's going to hold up in a court.
Well, the thing is
Just
that
inference like that.
This is, I feel like, really damaging to Lizzo because of her body positivity, and this is the headline that everyone's running with. And,
Right.
I mean, I think I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. Less committed? Dan, I'm feeling you're less committed today. You're looking a little less committed than you were
Dude.
last week. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. What the hell?
You think you're a little bit too committed to that Taco Bell. Now that would be fat shaming.
Right. Yes.
She says that the questions about her weight gain, accompanied by Lizzo's statements made after the South by Southwest festival, gave Miss Davis the impression that she needed to explain her weight gain and disclose intimate personal details about her life in order to keep her job. So I guess that, yeah.
It's all she felt she needed to.
Yeah.
It was thinly veiled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like she's like, yo, what's going on? Your performance is lacking. And she's like, yo, I'm doing all this stuff is happening. I gained some weight, whatever.
Well, maybe this is just the initial complaint, right? So there'll likely be more evidence in the further filings. You know what I mean? Maybe they have something to back that up.
I feel like it would be there if they did. Conscious AI said, I was a professional dancer, and they will definitely correlate your commitment with your body figure. The whole sport is about how you physically look on stage. Okay. Although I think a lot of our dancers are larger figured. If you look at, let's look at her dance here. Lizzo, South by Southwest dance. Let's take a look at their. Yeah, I mean, they have kind of similar body. What are we going to do?
I'm not saying any. Hey, you might have just saved me with that one too.
Yeah. You have. Why'd you do that?
Again.
All right, we're back. We're just tidying things up.
Yeah.
We're just tidying up.
Yeah.
Making sure things are tight. Cleaning house. I don't want to be pushing the button, but I know today I'm off the rails, and let's just keep this train going. But what I was saying, I don't know if it got cut, is because her dancers have a similar body type to her. The commitment angle doesn't translate to, losing weight necessarily, in my opinion. So I don't know.
It says weight gain. She needed to explain her weight gain and disclose intimate details.
She felt she needed to.
Right, but gain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just kidding about that.
Oh, whoa. Well,
it was buttoned anyway, so.
Oh, well, they talk about an eating disorder later, so I understand.
People want you to talk about this banana thing. The original lawsuit accuses Lizzo of allegedly inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers inside the Amsterdam strip club. She allegedly encouraged catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas. Holy shit. And eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas? That is straight degeneracy.
Let me tell you about bananas.
She's wild. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty vile. Well, hold on. Let me read that again. She's allegedly encouraging people to catch dildos launched from the vaginas? Can you launch a dildo out of a vagina?
Probably.
Listen, I don't have a vagina. I don't know the logistics of it, but it seems like a dildo would be a pretty heavy thing to launch.
These are talented performers.
That's true.
Vagina.
Some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Imagining you have a vagina.
Okay, so they're at the strip club and they're launching dildos and shoving bananas in? Fuck me. That's gross. Yeah, I mean, look, there's enough in here that looks really bad for her, for sure. Lizzo out here giving vegans a bad name. Dan, come out as vegan, please, to reclaim our good name. And to speak up for the voiceless.
Don't put that
Cam,
pressure
too.
on me.
Don't stop at vegetarian. The dairy cows and eggs laying chicken need liberation as well. Tim Scholes.
Cool. Thanks for the $50, dude.
You're not interested in going vegan.
Not really.
Well, the thing is, you can humanely harvest animal products like milk and
Yeah, the
eggs
ones
and
that
wool.
Sure.
Even beef, but it's very rare, very, very, very rare.
Tell them to bring out the whole ocean.
Bring out the whole damn ocean. All right, let's move on past Lizzo. Thank you. I only had to do the button 5 times through that segment.
Now let's get to some real tea.
Thank you to Lizzo. Thank you. All right, so up next, we have our first ever H3 True Crime segment. Brought to you by Lena. Ayad. Do you want to come sit here? And are you guys going to sit here? We're going to move to the couch like we did previously.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll come up there.
So today's PowerPoint is about one of the most prolific killers, I think, ever. And it happened right here in LA, the Night Stalker.
Watch murder porn.
This guy was a real sick, twisted MFer. Actually, I should even give a trigger warning because this is gonna, it does include essay, a really heinous essay, and obviously murder. But we're not showing anything graphic, but we will be discussing it. Yeah.
There's some blurred
photos.
Yeah.
But if you guys like true crime, I guess let's take a look. Also, it includes testimony from my parents who were in LA during the time. Kind of interesting. Gives it a little bit of a unique angle. There you go.
Hey, thank you, Olivia.
Is the glasses part of the true crime persona?
Well, I wear contacts normally, so these
you
are my
do?
glasses. Yeah, and I figured I'd wear my glasses today.
I love it. You look amazing.
Thank you.
So
Thank
professional
you.
and beauty.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Let's wait for everyone to get over here. Thank you, Cameron, for the background.
Mm-hmm.
Legend.
All right, so as everyone's kind of coming together here, ooh, we're in prison. It's a lockdown, huh? Shredder, you're so cute. What the hell?
I should move this up here at least, right, to get it started.
It turns out I'm 100% that bee.
Bitch. Turns out.
Okay.
We have complied with YouTube rules. We studied it, the rules.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We went into the weeds, and we believe we are fully compliant.
Yes.
Is there any dildos being shot out of vaginas?
No, we took that out.
Okay.
That was Lizzo's section.
Lizzo's part is not safe. Shredder, why are you so cute? What the hell?
What the heck?
Shall we?
I think so. How are we looking, guys? We good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Let's roll.
H3 True Crime. As Ethan mentioned, we are going to be discussing the Night Stalker, one of the most horrific serial killers in history. Trigger warning. The following presentation contains sensitive content and descriptions related to a notorious criminal case. Viewer discretion is advised.
ChatGPT read this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
We want. Yeah.
I like that you guys disclosed that.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Also, it's historical. That's important.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
According to YouTube.
Yes, it is.
Okay, fantastic.
So, why this case? The Night Stalker is one of the most horrific true crime stories in history. Often described as a devil walking, the Night Stalker unleashed a reign of terror over Los Angeles in the 1980s. The Night Stalker is responsible for the murders of at least 13 people, with countless others narrowly escaping his clutches in attempted attacks. And in addition to these horrific crimes, he committed 11 essays and committed 14 burglaries, all marked by a complete disregard for human life. What sets this case apart is not only the sheer number of his victims, but also the audacity and brutality with which he struck. His ability to terrorize multiple victims in a single night with relentless savagery left communities paralyzed with fear.
His teeth are fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently he smelled so bad.
Yeah.
That when he was near people, they would recoil from the smell. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that's how any survivors, that's how they would describe him to
His
the
breath
police.
smell like shit.
Oh God, dude.
The media frenzy surrounding the Night Stalker's crimes further heightened public fear and captivated the nation. The Night Stalker case highlighted the importance of forensic evidence and cooperation between different law enforcement agencies in solving complex cases. The investigation also prompted improvements in the sharing of information between police departments and the use of emerging technologies in criminal investigation. The Night Stalker's reign of terror permeated popular culture, leaving an imprint on books, movies, and music. And one example of his influence on pop culture is the fact that he is a recurring character on the show American Horror Story.
I watched that season.
Well,
Me
also
too.
the dude, he tattooed the pentagram on his palm.
Yeah.
And you see that all over the place, like the hand pentagram on the top or bottom of it. He's so crazy, dude.
He's evil.
There it is.
So, friends of the show recount their experiences living in Southern California during the terrifying era of the Night Stalker.
And I remember reading about all this stuff on the news. It was really scary because this guy killed arbitrarily. I mean, he killed women, he killed men, he raped, he stole.
It certainly induced a sense of paranoia and fear in the city in general. Killings seemed to be so random. He tortured women, but then upon occasion killed and tortured men also. So there seemed to be, no pattern there at all.
Man, it was scary. I didn't want to go out at night. You know, when someone's on the loose and you don't know who it is and they haven't caught it, it's kind of frightening.
This guy ruined my summer of 1985. This fucking scumfuck. I'm a child.
Yeah.
And this a-hole just terrorized the city of Los Angeles for months. That summer, I could not sleep with my window open because I was terrified he was going to crawl through it because he was abducting children. He was killing old people. He was doing stuff to everybody, man. And he ruined AC/DC
And
ads
if
for
I
me,
may
too.
say so myself, this guy's a real knucklehead.
One thing I'm curious about, because you don't really see this type of thing happen anymore, of like a serial killer running around shutting down like a whole city. I wonder, is it just like a forensic thing where police investigation has got so much better that these people can't get away with it?
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this guy was throwing up. He was coming, like on the scene for no reason.
Ejaculating.
Mm-hmm.
He was puking?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's a demon, bro.
Yeah, like.
So he definitely left DNA evidence, but there was no way to test it at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm obsessed with this true crime stuff. Whenever I watch DNA 2020, it's all like, we didn't have the ability to test the DNA from one speck of human skin, and now it's not that easy to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
Aren't they solving a bunch of old
Right?
cases?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that,
There's actually more stuff.
it's a bad time to be a serial killer, folks.
Serial killer?
A good time to be a serial eater.
Oh, yeah. I love cereal.
The flavors have never been better.
Lucky Charms.
All different flavors.
So like they mentioned, people in LA were just terrified, and it was like a real life boogeyman was on the loose.
And I remember reading about
The approach. So in an effort to provide an immersive experience, we have decided to hold back the identity and the name of the Night Stalker until the end of the presentation. This will allow you, the audience, to follow the investigation just as the investigators did, piecing together the clues and unraveling the mystery. We will explore the timeline of the Night Stalker's crimes, highlighting key events and notable incidents. Step by step, we'll delve into the investigation's progress, the challenges faced, and the strategies employed to track down the notorious killer.
So yeah, setting the scene. This took place in LA in 1984 to 1985. And here's a little video of LA as I say this next part. So LA is a significant character in the story of the Night Stalker, and the 1980s was an exciting time.
Royalty free?
Yeah. Yeah.
You checked that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
With tons of innovation and creativity, California embodied this idea of achieving your dream.
Are you reading something?
Huh? No, I have notes.
It's like straight out of the pamphlet.
That's the point. Yeah, no. So you have the beaches. You guys are gonna fuck up my train of thought. You have, and I only have a certain amount of time because the video's gonna run out.
Talk fast.
So you had the beaches. You had Hollywood, and there was a renaissance going on in both music and film. You had directors being more experimental. You had Back to the Future come out. You had Ghostbusters. You had New Wave, you had hip hop just being born. You had artists performing at the Roxy and the Troubadour, and they would later go on to become legends. Yes, like that. There was a lot going on at the time, and it was a very exciting time of expression. And yeah, around the world, LA seemed like the place to go to achieve your dreams.
Dude, were people really just doing that down at Venice?
Yeah.
That's so wild.
You can do that right now for
I
TikTok.
feel like it'd be so fun.
Dude, it was we were living in a utopian dreamscape where people were on four-wheel skates doing choreographed dances.
That was the vibe.
Wow, living in a musical.
Yeah, a lot of people had their doors unlocked. Even as these crimes were being committed, a lot of people, it took them time to adjust to locking their back doors.
Wow.
But yeah, beneath the facade, there is a dark past associated with LA. Because so many people move out here from back home, wherever they're from, it's just this big mix of people. And so you have people, dating back to 1947, Elizabeth Short, who was brutally murdered. She was an aspiring actress. And you guys may have heard of her as the Black Dahlia, which was a pretty fucked up case. But also you have the Hillside Strangler, amongst other things, like what happened at the Cecil Hotel and the death of, sorry, what's her name, Lena, from Cecil?
Elisa Lam.
Elisa Lam, yeah.
Maybe if people stop giving them these cool ass nicknames, they stop killing people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They get the coolest fucking nicknames, dude. The Hillside Strangler.
Yeah.
The Night Stalker.
Love and I stayed at the hotel that the Black Dahlia murder happened at.
Oh, no way.
Right up the street from the Hotel Cecil. Yeah.
That's
Dude,
wild.
Hotel Cecil is the most cursed place in LA.
Have you seen it
for
recently?
sure.
They painted it white and put a big blue heart on it, so it's like
Nice try.
Yeah.
They're trying really
You can't paint a piece of shit.
Right.
Well, also they transformed it to low-income housing.
Yeah.
So they're
Lena wants to
trying.
stay there. I'm like, hell no. But it might
Can
be a
you?
good segment.
I don't think you can. I tried.
I wouldn't. I swear to God, I wouldn't.
I
That
wouldn't.
place
That's
is
one
really
I'm
dangerous.
like, fuck that.
No, don't go there.
But also, along the lines of the dark past, it's also important to note that the size of LA is very important because the way that, because of how big it is and the way that the jurisdictions are split up, you have a bunch of different departments working in LA, and that means that certain information is withheld because everyone wants to solve the cases, everyone wants to be the heroes, and there's just bad communication. So that allowed for people like the Night Stalker to get around for so long without being caught. So yeah, we talked about where this story takes place. Now let's talk about who our story will be following. So we have three main players. We have Gil Carrillo.
Carrillo.
I cannot get his last name right. Gil Carrillo.
I know that guy from watching all the fucking shows.
Yeah. He's talked about this. There was, obviously there was a Netflix documentary that came out recently that sparked interest in this case. But yeah, Gil and Frank Salerno and the Night Stalker. So let's start with Gil. Detective Gil Carrillo is a homicide detective. So this cop was the youngest cop in the division, the youngest investigator. And he's from the streets. He has a background that involved gang violence. He grew up in a neighborhood with gang violence. And his different perspective and his different way of looking at this case is really crucial in solving it. Our second cop is Detective Frank Salerno. Frank Salerno was this badass, top cop who was known for being one of the LA Bulldogs, which was this group of investigators that were known to solve these unsolvable cases, like the Hillside Strangler. He was involved in that, and he was looked up to and respected by many other cops, including Gil.
So let's just get into the investigation.
I love the pentagram. Was it Philip DeFranco, the Night Stalker?
Well, he may come back into. No, I'm kidding. But I actually made that with the Photoshop AI.
You just said put a pentagram on Philip's hand?
Yeah, there's no hand there. Yeah, I just said give him a pentagram and a hand.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Sorry, Phil.
Okay, our investigation begins on March 17, 1985, and this takes place in Rosemead, California. Case 1, Dale Okazaki. She was 34 years old, shot in the forehead at her home. Here's what happened that night. Dale's roommate, 22-year-old Maria Hernandez, arrived home and pulled into her garage. She began to walk inside when someone slapped the top of her car to get her attention so she would turn around. Once she turned to see what made the noise, a man shot her with a handgun. Luckily, the bullet ricocheted off her keys she was holding as she lifted her hands to protect herself. Maria played dead until the suspect left the scene, and then she escaped.
Wait. It didn't hit her?
No, so but he held up the gun, and then she put her hands up like this to protect herself, and she was holding her keys.
No way.
Yeah, so the keys,
Dude, that's
ended up
straight.
protecting her.
That's
crazy.
There's some aspects of the story that are so insane. I'll let you continue. I don't want to spoil it. But.
That seems fake. Like, this is a movie plot point.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
her
Westlock for real.
Yeah.
Her specifically. Actually, go ahead. I don't want to spoil it.
Dale Okazaki, who's inside the home, hears the gunshot and hides behind the counter in her kitchen. After it got quiet, Dale peeked over the counter and then was shot in the forehead by the suspect. Maria had already escaped, but after hearing another gunshot, which is the shot that killed Dale, she got worried about her roommate and decided to go back.
Don't go back.
I'm leaving everyone.
This is straight up like Scream plot.
Yeah. So this time, she goes to the front entrance instead of the garage. She runs into the suspect again, and she says something like, "You already shot me once. Do you really need to shoot me again?" The suspect looked at her, he put his gun down to his side, and then just casually walked away.
Did that really happen?
He lived to tell the tale.
That's nuts, dude.
So later that night, Gil arrives on the scene. He begins the investigation by having the photographer take photos of the crime. While investigating the crime scene, the mother of Maria Hernandez arrives and asks to speak to Gil. She calls Gil by his full name and says, "It's me, Pauline." Gil is then shocked to realize that Maria's mom is his old neighbor, who lived 3 doors down from him growing up. So the case felt close to home for Gil.
Yeah, and that's kind of amazing that, and then because no one calls him Gilbert, his real name. And then, when he was called out, he recognized Maria's mom being from the same neighborhood. So the fact that Gil was also a father tied into this, and he's from the same neighborhood as one of the first victims.
While Maria Hernandez was in the hospital, she gave a description of the suspect for a police sketch. And that's the drawing they came up with.
I've never seen a police sketch that actually looks right.
March 18, 1985, day 2 of the investigation. We have case 2, Tsai Lian Yu, age 30. Her last words were reportedly, "Help me." And this took place in Monterey Park. Investigators found out that 40 minutes after Dale was murdered, there was another attack in Monterey Park. A young Asian girl got pulled out of her car and shot for no apparent reason. He didn't take the car, he just left.
Yeah, it's important that the investigators know the race of the suspect because they want to see if there's some sort of MO or reoccurring, feature of the victims.
So the evidence we find here is a .22 caliber gun, which is the same caliber weapon that was used in the previous murder, but we can't say it's a match for sure because .22s are very common.
Chat said the drawing looks like Gil, the cup.
So despite little evidence from the crime scenes, There was a similarity between these two cases that reminded Gil of a class he took about sex crime, and he remembered a certain deviancy that says, "I like to see a frightened look on your face. I want to see you scared. That's what really gets me turned on." This is what the suspect did with both Maria and Dale. With Maria, the suspect slapped the top of her car to make a noise and get her attention so that he could see her face. And with Dale, he waited until she peeked over the countertop to shoot her.
Yeah, he was standing there. He got quiet too. He didn't move. Waited till she came up, so she looked him in the eye, and then he shot her.
That's like a Counter-Strike play.
Yeah.
Straight. He was camping.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this case, the suspect could have shot Cillian in her car, but instead he dragged her out before shooting her so he could see the fear that she had. These correlations are what first led Gil to thinking that these murders may have been committed by the same guy. March 27, 1985, this is day 10 of the investigation. There was a double murder in Whittier just a few days later. The suspect got in the house through an open bathroom window. Vincent Zazzara, 64 years old, was found dead on the couch with a gunshot to his head. Once again, a .22 was used. His wife, Maxine, was found dead in the bed. She was raped. Can I say raped?
It's a grape.
She was raped and had several...
Just say R word.
R word?
Raped? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So she was R-worded and had several stab wounds above the vagina. The suspect also cut her eyes out and took them with him. Their bodies were found by their son, Peter. When police arrived, the house was ransacked and there was $40,000 worth of jewelry stolen.
And
Wait, by the police?
No, by the suspect.
Mm-hmm.
When the police arrived,
they found that $40K was missing.
the house was ransacked before the police arrived.
Right.
Okay.
So not only murder, but there's also burglary.
And this case specifically, a detail Lena found that wasn't in the documentary actually is that...
They had a shotgun in the home.
Yeah.
The couple did. And so once Maxine heard the gunshot that killed her husband, she went to their bedroom, she grabbed their shotgun from underneath the bed, and she pointed it at him. She pulled the trigger, and it was unloaded. So maybe that's why he was like so vicious with her and like took her eyes out. That probably really upset him.
I'm no expert, but yeah, my guess was that she scared him, and so he was very brutal with her because of that. Because you don't see that again with the eyes, to my knowledge.
The importance of this case is that they found a size 12 shoe print at the point of entry. So the evidence we have here, a .22 caliber gun, ransacked home, and now we have the shoe print. Around this time, Gil was looking at other cases in nearby areas, and one that stood out to him was the kidnapping of Anastasia Hronas, a 6-year-old girl. The suspect broke in through a window and kidnapped Anastasia from her bed in the middle of the night. He intimidated the girl with a gun and made her get into a duffel bag and stay quiet. He took her back to the place where he was staying, essayed her, and then put her back in the duffel bag and into the car. He dropped her off at a gas station and told her to go inside and call 911 so her family could come get her.
So at the time, there was numerous child abductions, and even though it wasn't Gil's department, because he's homicide and this is child abductions, he was still just listening to all the cases that were coming in, and he noticed that the description, including the smell of the suspect, was similar, and some of the police sketches given by the children and by the first victim was similar. And so he started to think that possibly this was the same guy that was abducting these children and committing these murders. And at the time, this hasn't been documented before, and a lot of people thought he was insane. A lot of people thought he was just a young cop that was trying to make a name for himself, just trying to get attention, and everyone just basically laughed off his theory that this may have been the same guy.
Mm-hmm. On April 10th, 1985, this is day 24 of the investigation, Gil went to a meeting with other departments to share information. They laughed at his theory that the crime spree was the work of one killer. He was dismissed and even laughed at.
Why'd they laugh at him?
Just because it was never done before. They literally thought he was just pulling it out of his ass just to started to make a name for himself because he was a young cop coming in. But again, I think that's where him coming from the streets and having a different background allowed him to see this case differently.
They didn't think it was possible for someone to be attacking adults like that and then also molesting kids but letting them go.
Right. He's viciously murdering these adults but letting the kids go. Yeah.
The smell is what linked them all.
And it was
a
description in general, the drawings, and then the smell was noted as well.
You know how they gave him like the name Night Stalker, and I'm sure he loved it.
Mhm.
Could have called him the Stinky Bitch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit, right.
Why don't we be more accurate?
The stinky loser.
Yeah.
So May 14, 1985, this is day 58 of the investigation. The police get a call from a man named William Doy. He's 66 years old, who was shot and dying. He was dead by the time police arrived, but that phone call ended up saving his wife's life. The police found his wife badly beaten. She had on thumb cuffs. Her right thumb was bleeding badly due to her ripping her thumbs apart trying to free herself.
Thumb cuffs?
Yeah, the cops never saw that before.
Where do you even get thumb cuffs?
So he was big on discovering new ways of torturing people. At some point, we'll talk about it later. He goes to a library and actually checks out books on human torture.
What is a thumb cuff?
It cuffs both your thumbs
together.
instead of your wrist.
Is that it on the right?
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
It's more painful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Probably easy to break your thumbs.
Yeah.
And just a note here, the investigators knew the suspect was following the media coverage of what was going on because following this case, all the crime scenes after that had the phone lines ripped out. So he didn't want it to happen again where one of the victims could call the police. The evidence we have here, a .22 caliber was used to kill the male, thumb cuffs / unusual weapon. The home was ransacked for valuables, and we have the immediate killing of the male and assault on the female.
Yeah, in terms of physical evidence, there's not much. There's a link in them all besides that a .22 is used, but that's the most commonly used gun, so.
Mm-hmm. Around this time, Gil gets a call from another officer who shares a footprint of a suspect involved in the abduction of an 8-year-old who was kidnapped and taken to a construction site and assaulted and then set free. The construction site had poured concrete that day, which is what preserved the footprint. Gil takes a look at the footprint and immediately recognizes it as a similar footprint to what was found at the Zazara crime scene. However, the problem was that when Gil called the other department that handled the crime scene, they said the shoe print they had was a size 10, not a size 12, which is what Gil had. This was one of the many mistakes made by the police. The cop had put his own shoe size 10 on it and thought it was the same. After Gil pushed back, he found out that the cop was wearing wingtip shoes, which means the cop's measurement was wrong, and the shoe size did actually match the one from the Zazara case.
Yeah, so this cop just put his foot up, and that's how he measured it. And this is one of the many instances of bad cop detective work. I mean, this case is unique because you have some of the best in terms of Gil and Frank, but on the other hand, from other departments, there's a lot of stupid shit like this. And he had to push back a lot to get other departments to help in simple stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then he eventually found out it was a matching shoe print. And at this point is when Frank started to believe Gil's theory that maybe it's the same guy.
Yeah, the common thread with all these is that there's just really fucking horrible police on all these true crime. Just lazy, dumb morons.
After this...
Is there music playing, Zach?
Yeah, I have music.
I can't hear it. Can you just turn it up a little bit so I can hear it?
At this point, Frank asked Gil to be his partner, and everyone was shocked in the department because Frank was this legendary cop, and then Gil was just this young detective who didn't have a lot of experience. But Frank was able to recognize that Gil was seeing the case in a different light and was exactly who he needed. And Gil was ecstatic. Frank was a hero of his. It's kind of like you hiring me, Ethan. It was a big deal for him, Many people were surprised, and yeah, I've already said that. Yeah, but this was exactly the pairing that was needed to solve this case.
June 28, 1985. This is day 103 of the investigation. We have Patty Higgins, age 32. This is the first case that Frank and Gil had together. She was violently murdered. He slit her throat and then stabbed her in the slash.
Stabbed her and oh, I see.
In the same place where he slit.
That's pretty fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really awful. And then July 2nd, this is only 4 days since that last murder. We have Mary Louise Cannon, age 75. This was another violent murder that happened just a few miles away in Arcadia. After beating her with the lamp, he used a knife from her kitchen to slit her throat in a very similar way that he did to Patty Higgins. So the link between these two cases was the slit and stabbed throat wound.
And yeah, you could see that he starts to become more and more prevalent as to how many times, how many victims within a certain amount of time. And you can see where these crimes are taking place is starting to spread out more as well.
July 5, 1985, day 110 of the investigation. We have Whitney Bennett, 16 years old. The next case occurred only 3 days later in Sierra Madre, which is very close to Arcadia. The victim survived but didn't remember anything. She was beaten in her sleep with a tire iron and then strangled with a telephone cord. The bedroom was a mess. She woke up with 42 inches of lacerations and skull fractures. A fabric mark with blood was found on the windowsill, which meant the suspect was wearing gloves. This aligned with previous crime scenes because they weren't able to find any fingerprints before. They also found a bloody shoe print on the comforter that matched the shoe print from the Zazara case and the construction site.
Yeah, but she survived.
A fabric marked with blood was found, so it means that he was wearing gloves.
So no, he had blood on his shoe and he stepped on, I think it's on the next.
Yeah, well, that one's separate. There was a comforter that he left the shoe print on, and then the evidence from the windowsill showed that he's wearing gloves.
Yeah, because the window was open and there was no fingerprints once again.
Yeah.
So after finding the bloody shoe print on the comforter, Frank was fully in agreement with Gil that this was the same guy. With Frank vouching for Gil's theory, the police department then started to finally take it seriously.
Yeah, with Frank endorsing him, everyone started to get on board.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to Gil.
Gil.
Literally, I've been saying it all the time.
So the evidence we have here that linked it to the previous cases, we have the ransacked room, use of gloves and no fingerprints, and of course, the shoe print.
I wonder if in the history of Sweden there's ever anything like anything even close to this.
Probably not. I mean, there's.
I bet there is. Every country has their serial killers.
Yeah.
Google that, dude.
Someone Google that.
Yeah, worst serial killer in Sweden. He's out there. The meatball murderer.
The meatball murderer.
Love shows up.
That guy.
Oh my God.
Oh shit! Wait, we have breaking news. We just got a response from the De La Garzas. Oh wow! Wait, what do I make of that?
He seems awesome.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So hi.
Yeah, the gist of it.
He says he's a fan of the show.
But it's not his place.
Not his place to get involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
But family.
So he's a cousin.
He said he doesn't miss a show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out, my friend. Maybe you can put a good word in for your cousin.
Cheers, my dude.
Tell them they're not bad dudes.
Say we'll give them TikTok stickers.
Love ya. No.
Yes.
Love ya.
Love ya.
So taking a look back at the case up to this point, one of the factors that made it so hard was that there was no MO and no pattern, which made him more terrifying because anyone, regardless of age, race, or gender, can be a victim.
Yeah, and I think it's important to emphasize on that. Like with other cases, it would cause fear a lot of times, like with the Hillside Strangler, for example, it'd be women who are terrified, and like there was like, the police were telling women they shouldn't be walking around alone at night. But in this case, everyone, kids were fucking terrified, men, women, everyone.
July 6th, day 111. There was an attempted break-in in Pico. Lorraine Rodriguez was sleeping on the couch and woke up after hearing a window open. She called out to her husband to check the house. John, who's a cop, grabbed his gun, and searched the house. John finds an open window. He looks outside and sees a shoe print that was perfectly imprinted into the dirt due to the pressure that was needed to lift the window. He called the police, and when Gil arrived, he realized the print was an exact match. Now that they have a detailed shoe print, they were able to go around looking for what type of shoe it was. They find out eventually that it's an Avia shoe.
And yes, they got really lucky with that because this is one of the rarest shoes you could have. It was still a new shoe, and they found out the maker of the shoe, and then they went to go speak to the creator of it, Jerry Stubfield, and he was able to provide them with information, including the sales records. And luckily, this is insane that they got so lucky with this. They were able to determine that only 6 pairs of that shoe were manufactured in that size. 5 of them were sent to Arizona, and only 1 came to LA.
So exclusive shoes.
Exclusive.
Is it
yeah.
sneakerhead?
But no. They were just new, they were cheap because they were new. Yeah, they were
Can we buy these sneakers?
I guarantee you that these probably have some like crazy cult following. I wonder.
It's probably in an evidence locker.
Yeah,
But no,
not the sneakers.
Not his. We'll
His
get to
sneakers?
We'll
Not
get
know
to,
where they are.
No.
So
we'll get to that.
What's the size? 11?
11. Yeah.
1.5.
11 and a half. Yeah.
Perfect. For
Zach,
you.
would you
Is that
wear
just your
those?
size?
Just myself.
I know you're a sneakerhead, Zach. Would you wear those?
Got the Ramirez 4.
The Air Ramirez.
They look kind of sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They look waterproof and shit.
By the way, Swedish serial killer, 30 murders at least. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, dude. Shout out to Stuart Buddy.
Was that like
Do you know him? Stuart Buddy.
You guys go to school together, maybe?
Or have you heard the name?
Stuart Buddy? No.
Oh, you haven't?
I mean, it rings a bell, actually. It does.
Sounds pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Anyway, a story for another time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so if they find the perpetrator wearing the shoes, they know they got the guy. And so as more information starts to come in, they're able to look back at older cases, and they basically found lots of similarities between the investigation so far and a previous case that took place a month prior to identifying the shoe. So it involved 2 sisters who were in their 80s living in Monrovia.
Mm-hmm.
The suspect entered from the back door, tied them up with electrical tape, did all the usual nasty shit. And after, he assaulted and beat them to death with a hammer. Yeah, he sat down to have a snack. He just sat like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Got to carb up.
Yeah.
He
And
also drew pentagrams on the victim's leg and also on the bedroom wall.
yeah, and there was an alarm clock that had a partial shoe print. So when he went to rip out the wire from the cable from the alarm clock to tie them up with, he stepped on it, and it was a matching shoe print. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like an old, I think it's in the next slide. Yeah, you
It's
see
right
on the
there
bottom right.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
Sorry. For him to feel as if he has the time to sit down and eat a snack.
Yeah, it's right here.
He's getting very cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
After
That's really scary.
yeah, he viciously attacked these women, and then he took a moment to pause and sit down, and he ate a banana. He had that Mountain Dew.
That's insane.
Oh, he
just
got Mountain Dew?
comfortable.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
What number
In Bahama.
murder would this have been?
Going all night.
I'm not sure exactly because the way that it's lined up,
Right.
I think it's roughly, I'd say this is about probably like 8.
Of what question?
What number murder this was?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to line up, but this murder occurred a month before the Cesara killing.
Yeah. I think this is the case, I could be wrong, where after eating, he just puked on the carpet and
No, that's
then.
coming up.
Okay.
By the
it's
way,
coming up.
the Golden State Killer used to do the same thing. He would tie up women, and then in the middle of the assault, he would go through their kitchen and hang out in their house for hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wild.
So it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's like a power thing, I think.
Yeah, they don't feel what they're doing. Like, I don't know.
Well, they're not. They don't feel things like we feel things.
They lack the empathy that a normal human does.
So shortly after, there's an attempted kidnapping in Eagle Rock. The girl fought back, so the suspect fled. While fleeing, he commits a traffic violation and gets pulled over without a license. The cop goes back to his bike to write a citation, and the suspect overhears the cop's radio, which is describing the car he's in and talking about the attempted kidnapping. So he drew a pentagram on the hood of the car and then just ran away. The police later find out that that car he was driving was stolen. The car gets impounded. Gil and Frank try to get prints on it, but another department says they'll handle it, which they never do. This causes investigators to lose another potential lead.
That's
So yeah, multiple
That's
fucked ups.
that could have been huge, right?
Oh, we'll circle back to
The
this.
thin blue line, baby.
A lot of
It's the
people
only
could have
thing that stands between us and chaos.
Yeah.
Apparently.
July 7, 1985. This would be day 112. So Gil gets a call from Linda Arthur, who is a colleague. She tells him that her neighbor just got R-worded. Linda had friends over and was hanging out in the hot tub until around 3 a.m. She goes to bed shortly after when one of her friends wakes her up and says someone is calling your name from outside. It was her neighbor, Sophie Dickman, who was 63 years old. She tells Linda that she'd been robbed, R-worded, and tied up to her bed. The victim said the attacker ransacked her home and then made her swear on Satan that she didn't have any valuables. The suspect, also an interesting thing is that the suspect entered her home from the cat door. Because Sophie actually
skinny
had,
legend.
Yeah, she actually had her doors and windows locked. In the previous cases, they didn't.
Cat, that's so small. Yeah, cat door, that's really small.
He's a pussy.
Yeah.
So it turns out, also just to emphasize that this was so close to home already. Gil, like it affected so many people in the city. Besides the fear, take Gil for example. He, the mom of the first victim, one of the first victims he knew growing up, and now this is a coworker whose neighbor, a close friend and coworker whose neighbor was R-worded and attacked by him. And then it turns out that earlier that night, a woman named Joyce Nelson was killed in her home. She was only 5'2", roughly 100 pounds, and a beloved grandmother. She was found by her son, beaten and dead in her room. She fought back to stop him from R-wording her, and this caused him to get angry and brutally beat her and even stomp her on the side of the head, leaving a footprint. He didn't fulfill his sexual need with her, so he went a mile away and assaulted the previous person we were talking about, Sophie Dickman. Also, a matching shoe print was found at the concrete nearby.
Dude, this police are fucking dumb. Like, he went down the street and committed another crime.
Yeah, same
right
night.
afterwards.
Right
and
after.
The police don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Morons.
So these attacks happen in Monterey Park again.
How far away were the two crime scenes?
So if you go back,
Mm-hmm.
it was number 6 and 7. So you can see that line right there, Monterey Park.
Oh, so it's not the same neighborhood. It seems
No,
like
not the same neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Cannot get over how many people could have been saved
Yeah.
or spared
Yeah.
if the police had just done their job.
Dude, it's every true crime story. It's only through police incompetency, and not just a little incompetency, sheer mind-numbing disregard for human life. Yeah,
Mhm.
So are we still before the shoe got found? Or
No, this is after the shoe got found now.
So nothing ever happened with that?
So they just know what the shoe is. So basically, if they find the person who has those shoes, if
They'll know
for
it's him for
any
sure.
crime, for stealing, for whatever it is, if they find someone wearing those shoes, that's their guy.
They didn't get credit card something.
I think they found the sales receipt, but it wasn't able to link it any further. It was paid cash. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, it's a big
question,
clue
though.
for them because any crime scene that has that footprint, they know it's the same guy.
Right.
And this is when things really started to ramp up, because now you had 5 cases in only 10 days, and this got all the newspapers talking about, all the media. They started to notice that Gil and Frank were arriving at the same crime scenes, and they didn't want the media to know that yet. They didn't want them to know that they thought it was the same guy. But around this time, the media started to pay attention. And so moving on, Laurel Erickson, who was a reporter at the time, she calls Frank and she says, so what can you tell me about the shoe? Somehow she found out about basically the only clue that they had, and they were pissed off. Gil wanted to arrest her for obstructing justice because she didn't give a shit. She just wanted to get the story. And so the police chief called her and they worked out a deal. She said, I won't say anything about the shoe if you do an exclusive interview with me. So they talked to Gil and Frank, and they were able to get an exclusive walking out the back of the station. She was able to.
This is what she got?
Won't say anything that might tip his killer. Salerno has been working homicide for almost a decade. He and his partner, 35-year-old Gil Carrillo, have too much invested, too much at stake. This time, it's the walk-in killer. 7 bodies, beaten, stabbed, or shot. Last time, it was the Hillside Strangler. Kenneth Bianchi, 10 girls or women murdered. Salerno says that case is going to be a great advantage in cracking this one. Serial killers have one thing in common.
Generally, in a serial murder, what occurs is they might relocate, but they don't stop killing until they're either caught or imprisoned or killed.
Salerno has worked round the clock for the last month and a half, taking only 1 day off for his son's wedding. His co-workers call him a cops detective.
Frank overlooks nothing. You'd be surprised how thorough he is on an investigation.
We don't have to do our job because of Frank.
At all.
Salerno is overseeing the work of more than 4 investigators from local police agencies, plus 2 FBI psychologists who are sifting through evidence and tips from the public. Salerno and Cabrillo have a lot of clues to cross-index. Authorities say calls from the San Gabriel and San Fernando valleys have shot up 50%. People afraid of the walk-in killer.
That one's a little better.
Sergeant Salerno has one new piece of information. FBI specialists called in to develop a psychological profile of the criminal have completed their work. Laurel Erickson,
that's all she got?
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
For them. Shit.
Yeah. So July 9th, this is day 114 of the investigation. And so Gil and Frank end up following up on that car that was supposed to be scanned for prints. And turns out that the other department didn't scan it for prints and ended up raining or whatever, and they were gone. They were washed away.
Surprise.
So inside the car, they found a business card for a dental office in Chinatown. And whoever the suspect was at the dentist on July 3rd. So when they got there on July 9th, they had missed him by 5 days. So if they would have shown this, if they would have actually done their job and looked at the fingerprints and looked inside the car, they would have found that card.
Let's go, LAPD.
So yeah, so since then they had 3 more.
Line, baby.
They had 3 more victims of the Night Stalker that could have been prevented if it weren't for bad police work. So while following up with the dentist, they found out that the patient had given a fake name of Richard Mena and a fake address. Gil obtained his dental records and shared it with a close friend who's a dentist. And that dentist told Gil that he'll be back in for sure. Whatever's wrong with his teeth, he'll be back in for sure because it's bad. And so what they did is they installed 24-hour surveillance. They had people inside the dentist's office waiting for him to show up. And they did this for a few days. And then an executive in the police department thought they were wasting resources by having 2 guys on surveillance. So they called him off. And in place of the surveillance team, they put a button, a panic button. So if he comes in, the dentist could push the button. The first day that they called the surveillance team off, the suspect walked in.
Let's go, LAPD.
And they hit the alarm and it didn't work. So
let's go!
Later that day, the dentist called Gil and says, "How come you guys didn't come?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And yeah, he said I was hitting the alarm, but no one came in.
Dan, what's the budget of the LAPD? $2 billion. Let's fucking go right now.
So, July 20, 1985, the next crime scene takes place in Glendale, California.
Too close.
And so, mind you, this is after the second instance where they could have easily caught him. Like, yeah.
And this is another attack on an elderly couple, Max and Leela Needing. They were found dead by their daughter. Both had been shot with a .22. The suspect entered the pool gate and then entered their home through the back door.
And to this day, a lot of these houses where these victims lived is covered by big trees or a big fence they had to put because of the spectacle of this crime. People still drive by and want to see the house and stuff. It's wild.
These are just some photos from that crime scene. You can see he ransacked their home also. On the following night, another crime occurred in Sun Valley. The suspect went in through the rear sliding door that was left unlocked. The suspect then went to the bedroom and shot the father, Chainarong Kovananth. He was 32 years old. After killing him, the suspect then essayed his wife and their 8-year-old son.
Yeah, and that's one of the reoccurring things that he does, and it's so brutal, is he would kill the husband, and then the wife, after knowing her husband was just killed, then had to go through his torture, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was such a sick fuck. He was essaying kids. He didn't care the gender, the age. It was like just
disgusting. Yeah.
So vile. Like I want so fucking vile, man. God damn.
This case showed all the clues that we've seen in the previous cases. We have the Avia shoe print, the .22 caliber gun, and the MO that he was executing the male and essaying the female. The wife gave a good description for a composite drawing, and this is a drawing that they end up going public with.
That one's good, I think.
Yeah.
So does the suspect, at this point, is he aware that his teeth are a big identifier?
I don't think he knows anything about the dentist.
Okay.
He doesn't know anything about the dentist's office, and most importantly, he doesn't know about the shoe, because that's their main, like, because
Right.
22 is common. There's a lot of things in here that are common. The Via shoe is the only thing that will directly link him without a doubt.
But if you're talking about the drawings and stuff and the descriptions, he is following the media's coverage of what's going on.
I wonder if he's like, these teeth are like horrible. I need to blend in more.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
I think he's just like, I need some meth.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, if I ever get mugged or something, I'm gonna Photoshop the perfect thing to identify a criminal.
You're gonna
They're
Photoshop
fucked.
something?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
done.
So August 6th, day 142 of the investigation. 2 people were shot in Northridge. Chris and Virginia Peterson were both shot in the head but survived. Chris got up and chased the killer out of the house. A different gun was used this time. It was a .25 caliber, and the bullet had a red primer on it, which the crime lab said it was uncommon and meant that this was an older type of ammunition.
2 people shot in the head?
Yeah.
No, and he chased him out too. Yeah.
But it doesn't look like, did the bullet even puncture their skin? Like, what am I looking at?
I think it grazed them. I was confused by the. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. He got chased out after being shot in the head. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
You can see at the entrance over here where it's a bunch of blood splatter from them running.
When I first read about this case, I was afraid, because I'm like, now he's gonna feel like, whatever you want to call it, humiliated for being chased out, and he's just gonna be even worse, or commit multiple crimes now.
So it was around this time that the Herald Examiner called him the Night Stalker. He gets his name officially.
Awesome. Good job, Herald Examiner. Sick fucking name. His supervillain name is great. Let's get him a cape.
August 8, day 144. A crime occurred in Diamond Bar, which was a few minutes away from Gil's house in Rowland Heights. After this crime, Gil's wife decided that she and the kids would leave home and not come back until the case was solved. Gil arrived at the crime scene first since he lived so close. The point of entry was the rear door. There was a half-eaten honeydew melon on the counter. Same .25 caliber red primer ammunition was used from the Peterson case. And the victim was Elias Aboath, 35 years old. He was shot and killed, and then his wife was essayed. She said the suspect told her, "Don't look at me." And she said, "I swear to God I won't." He said, "Don't swear to God, swear to Satan."
So cringe.
Yeah.
Lord alert.
Yeah.
Atheist.
Loser.
So this was right around the corner from Gil's house.
Yeah.
And Gil's family left because they were scared, right?
Yeah, they were
finding out if the killer found out who was investigating him.
Well, yeah, because
He might
Laurel
retaliate.
Erickson, she put out that story, so now people knew that who the investigators were. Frank said that was the only time in his life throughout all of his investigations that he actually slept with a gun because he was terrified.
So that was actually really fucked up then.
Yeah. And so at this crime scene, he was hearing different cops talk from different departments, and everything they were saying was bad. They were just talking bad information. And Gil corrected them and said, "No, what you guys are saying is completely wrong about this suspect." And he realized how, like, the communication was so horrible. So he took the initiative to make a private video just for other police departments, sharing everything that he had. He wasn't focused on like solving the case. Like he didn't want the credit. He put out this video just to help the other departments all be on the same page to help solve this case, which was a big thing at the time.
I'm a big fan of Gil.
Gil's the man for sure.
So now we have Frank Balzan, who is in San Francisco, a police inspector there, and his partner were called to a crime scene. Peter Pan, 66 years old.
Peter Pan?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who the fuck? Wait, Peter. Oh,
Government
he's.
Peter Pan.
He's the real.
Is he? He's Chinese or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he moved to America and then he's Peter Pan.
Yeah.
He was a nobody with a normal name and now he's Peter Pan.
Peter Pan that's a huge name.
Maybe I should take that name.
You should.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Peter Pan
not a
was
happy ending for our Peter. It turns out
No,
Peter
it's
Pan
very,
does
very
not stay
sad.
young forever.
very tragic. He was shot in the head in his bed. His wife Barbara was R-worded and shot in the head, but still had a pulse and was taken to the hospital. The scene was grotesque. The suspect ate food from the refrigerator, regurgitated on the kitchen
Ew,
floor,
dude.
and then masturbated on the living room carpet
What the fuck?
and carved a pentagram on the wall. The details of the case caught the attention of the Glendale Police Department.
Oh, they noticed it now?
Yep.
Finally.
And
Hey, you think this is a little unusual, this crime scene?
This is getting a little
Should we
bit
tell
bad.
someone about this?
I think it was especially the pentagram is
Yeah,
what
pentagram.
stood out to them.
Not the puke, the semen, the double
Mhm.
murder.
The dead
Got
bodies.
it.
The
Got
pentagram.
it. Okay, the pentagram.
So they suggested that they do a ballistics check, and they checked the ammunition, and it had the same red primer on it, which they've been linking to the Night Stalker. So Gil and Frank immediately fly to San Francisco. They investigate the crime scene and later brief the San Francisco police on everything they know, including the Avia shoe. They emphasize the importance of keeping info about the shoe completely private.
And so now, because this happened all the way in San Francisco, the whole state was terrified because they're like, he's going everywhere now. It's not just LA. And so, yeah, they shared all the information and they emphasized that really all they really had was the Via shoe. Unfortunately, shortly after this murder, the clue about the shoe print was leaked. Does anyone know who leaked it?
It's the reporter, right?
Yeah, that's what I.
Nope, it's
Not the blonde lady.
someone we've talked about on the show already. Diane Feinstein.
She leaked it, that dummy?
Are you kidding
Yep.
me?
Mm-hmm.
Diane Feinstein.
What?
Yep. So
How'd she do that?
She was the mayor at the time in San
Killed both
Francisco,
Mr. and Mrs. Pan
and she wanted to be the one to talk about this, for her political career, and
Right.
it's just a political move.
Because her political
Yep,
career
and
is way
she announced a 10K reward. We have to bring this guy to justice. She revealed all the vital leads they had, including the ammunition, and most importantly, the shoe print that they had.
Why even say that, you dummy?
Yeah.
So some of the San Francisco police allege that the chief never told the mayor not to share the
Bull
information.
fucking shit.
But
Yeah. After the fact, because they're playing cover up, 100% she knew. She wanted to be the person that was like.
She's taking credit for all their investigative
Exactly.
work.
Exactly. Yep.
Fuck you. Retire.
killed both Mr.
She's
and
still
Mrs.
fucking
Pan
everything up.
over the weekend.
Dumbass in a wheelchair.
Same ballistics on, I understand, more than a dozen murders committed in Southern California.
And there she's holding the very same flyer that we said was for law enforcement only. And she's talking about the Avia shoes. She's talking about a vehicle description. She's talking about weapons.
What a
I'm
moron.
one that believes that
Like,
people
there's
should be
literally
warned when
no
there's a
value to
problem.
releasing that to the public.
She wants people to die. It
and the
sounds like.
public
She's like,
became
oh,
aware
maybe just start murdering more.
Everything that we knew.
It'd be a shame
about
if
the
somebody
killer
let go of her
we were
wheelchair
looking
on a
for.
steep
To say
hill.
that it was disturbing is an understatement.
So after she did that, the shoe was never recovered.
Are you
never
Yeah.
found at any
You never
crime
found,
scenes
yeah.
after
He
that.
got
It
rid
was
of
never recovered.
He's like, oh, yo, shout out.
I think
What
he ends
a
up.
fucking. Did she get a lot of shit for this?
I don't know, to be
Among
honest.
law enforcement.
Law enforcement, yeah, from
They were,
LA,
like,
definitely. Like,
infuriated.
Frank and Gil were pissed. They didn't want to go back into work. And then so the police chief, like, they were like drinking at the bar. They were pissed off. And the police chief is like, come down to the station. I'm going to make a press conference. And police chief basically like called her out, like embarrassed her just to
Yeah.
get them
Fuck
back
you,
on board.
Diane.
Yeah.
Ramirez ended up saying in prison that when they asked him about the Via shoe, he said he threw them over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Very
Yeah.
symbolic. Just for you, girl. My next murders are dedicated to you.
So we have, now we're in Mission Viejo, which is in Orange County. We're outside of LA now. He's expanding a little more. Bill Carnes, 29 years old, was shot. His fiancée, Inez Erickson, was tied up and essayed. The suspect said to her, "I am the Night Stalker." A young man that happened to be outside working on a bike witnessed the suspect's car and got partial plate.
At first, Los Angeles police thought that the murder of a young woman last March was an isolated act of violence, but since then they've come to believe it was connected to a wide-ranging series of assaults by a killer who's become known as the Night Stalker, a killer who apparently struck again during the weekend. We have a report from Nadine Berger.
Police today continue to search for any clues in the near-fatal shooting of 29-year-old William Carnes and the rape of his girlfriend. They're apparently the latest victims of the Night Stalker, thought to be responsible now for 34 brutal attacks, 14 of them fatal. These serial killings, once confined to the near Los Angeles area, are now spread over 500 miles from San Francisco to Orange County. Just as before, the assailant entered a house in a quiet middle-class neighborhood in the pre-dawn hours on Sunday through an unlocked window and attacked the couple while they slept. Neighbors are terrified.
Guy just sleep with my hand on right by my bed and a sawed-off shotgun, which I always have.
I see. Why is that?
Because if anybody comes in my house, they're not leaving.
The killer, who attacks randomly, is described as white, 25 to 30 years old, with a predominant feature of badly stained
Wasn't white
teeth.
though, was he?
So 5,000 flyers
no.
have been distributed to Los
No, he
Angeles
wasn't.
dentists
But they just
asking
mentioned
for
his
help with
teeth, his
identification.
badly stained teeth.
And last week, San Francisco Mayor Dianne Feinstein announced ballistic
Dummy.
tests have definitely linked the murder of a man there to the
Fuck
Night
you.
Stalker. But release of that information has outraged a Los Angeles sheriff frustrated by the difficulty of tracking a random murderer.
It places this community in jeopardy because it impedes our ability to go forward fully with the investigation.
A total of $35,000 in rewards has been offered, including today a $16 donation from this group of concerned school children. Today, the search for California's Night Stalker continues,
We're
and
changing
many
the tide
residents
here.
sleep with their doors and windows bolted tight, despite 100-degree temperatures. Nadine Berger, CBS.
It is interesting because I feel like he is physically, when you see him, he is very striking.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
feels like he'd be easy to identify.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he looks
Very,
unlike anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah. He's very, totally.
So the car info is released to the media. They end up getting a call from a gentleman who says that it's his friend's car, which has the same description, an orange Toyota, was recently stolen in Chinatown.
Is this my water?
Yeah.
The plate on that stolen car matched the partial plate that the young man recalled. The car had been found abandoned in a parking lot. After the police surveilled it for some time, they take it in for fingerprints and they're able to pull a Latin fingerprint from the rearview mirror. At the time, fingerprints weren't automated, so they had to wait until they had a suspect to match it to.
Yeah.
And this just shows like his crimes are moving further out of LA.
Yeah. Now in Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
So day 163 of investigation.
Long-ass time.
Yeah.
Shit.
So investigators get a call from a woman who says her father had befriended a guy named Rick, who they think may be the Night Stalker. When police interviewed the father, he said that Rick talked about killing an elderly Asian couple in Monterey Park with a .22, which that info was never made public. Rick had given the weapon to the father and said he had sold it to someone in Tijuana. So the cops end up recovering this gun in Tijuana, and they also recovered a boombox that was stolen during two of the other murders.
Hold on. Rick. This dude Rick. He told him that Rick had sold him the gun, or what?
So Rick was bragging to this friend he made that he killed this couple, and then he gave the gun, and then he sold the gun to this friend.
He told Rick he sold the gun, or he sold it to his friend?
He sold to his friend.
Okay, this guy who called the police.
Right.
Okay.
Well, this guy's daughter.
Huh?
This guy's daughter called the police and said my dad has befriended this guy, who I think is a Night Stalker. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of nice just how like opening and open-minded this guy is.
He's just
He'll be friends with anybody.
Oh, no, he said that this. I watched the part where they are her interview or whatever. I read it. She said something about her father hanging out like on Skid Row and like hanging with some bad people. So, but yeah, they found the gun in Tijuana and they were able to match it. Wherever they found the gun, there was also a radio there that they were able to match with one of the crime scenes. And the only reason they were able to match that is because the son of the victim still had the receipt for the radio because he bought it as a gift for his parents. At that time, also a police informant in San Francisco turned in a bracelet that he thought might be linked to the Night Stalker case. They traced this bracelet back to this guy.
Armando Rodriguez.
Yeah. And Armando's girlfriend described a friend who he had been hanging out with named Rick, who was wearing a black AC/DC hat, a black members only jacket, and had bad teeth. So San Francisco go to see Armando to follow up on this lead, and he's outside, and they ask him for help in solving the Night Stalker case. He tells them no at first, but after he starts fighting with the cops, he ends up giving them the name Richard Ramirez.
So this dude, yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting the way this is told, because like we watched a few documentaries on it, and it seems like every time this part comes up, the cop is like, at first he said, "Fuck you, I'm not telling you anything," and then like he goes, the cop is like, "I thought about all the victims and it got me so mad, so I fucking clocked them." And he goes, "It wasn't my hardest," and he goes, "Oh, that's all you got, motherfucker?" And he goes, "I really thought about it and I hit him again." And then the guy's like, "All right, it's Richard Ramirez." But like, yeah, it is weird. Every time I've seen that, I'm like, well, it sounds sort of.
So wait, who this dude? Somebody with this bracelet said I got it from this guy.
Yeah, so they had just an informant on the street.
And then they said, "Yo, where'd you get the bracelet?"
They followed the bracelet.
And he's like, "I'm not telling anyone." Okay.
Yeah.
And then they beat his ass.
Yeah, and they told him, well, the person who gave this to you, he's a Night Stalker, so we need you to give us his name. And he refused.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
Damn. And I mean, props to him, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he keeps it tight. No snitching.
Yeah.
Sticks to his morals.
Gonna get stitches.
Love that for him.
August 30, day 166. The San Francisco police give LAPD the name. They had 8 Richard Ramirez's in the system. One of them matched the fingerprint they had from the orange Toyota. He had a light criminal record, including petty theft and grand theft auto, but nothing violent. They cross-referenced his booking photo with the informant, and the informant confirmed that it's him.
That was Rick, his friend Rick.
And later that day, both LA and San Francisco held press conferences to release the name and photo of the Night Stalker.
Oh, now he's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the next day.
No.
Shortly after identifying him, the media goes public with his name and photo, and they plastered his face like everywhere, all the newspapers, and it was just all over LA. A librarian at the LA Central Library recognizes Richard as a recent patron of the library. He remembers Richard due to his awful appearance, smell, and the fact that he was looking for books about human torture.
Right, sure.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a red flag, I guess. Oh yeah, I recall a guy came in last week. He was asking if we had any books on human torture, and
yeah,
not a request you get every day, I'm assuming.
So after the media went public with his identity, the cops assumed Richard would leave Los Angeles. So they had undercover cops waiting at a Greyhound bus station because they knew that's how he traveled in the past. At this time, Ramirez is actually out of town visiting his brother. Ramirez returns to LA on that next day after they revealed his photo to the city, and spots the undercover cops at the Greyhound station.
How's he spot the cops?
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
So
I asked Lena the same question.
Because he could tell, just because like he himself, like being all dirty and disheveled, he can tell when someone, that's how they made the cops. They gave him like dirty clothing, but their skin was clean, their teeth were clean. So he's able to spot that they're undercover cops, or they're not actual, like, they're not actual homeless people.
Morons. Fucking idiots.
So after he spots the undercover cops, he walks to a nearby liquor store, and when he's inside, he realizes his face is on every newspaper. After seeing this, he panics and gets on a nearby bus.
This is pretty epic. Yeah, Richard gets on the bus, and then people start to recognize him. And so while he's on the bus, he gets off and he begins to run on foot, and he starts to run across this highway. He runs on the I-5 freeway. He continues to run until he tries to carjack a man. He wasn't able to rob him, so he continues to run. He runs into a lady named Angelina de la Torre and tries to steal her car and says to her in Spanish, "Give me the keys or I'll kill you." She recognizes him and shouts, "It's the killer," which gets Manuel de la Torre's attention. This guy's a fucking legend. He grabs a metal stick from the yard and hits Richard over the head like repeatedly. He knocks him down and Richard gets up and starts to run, but Manuel just kept hitting him.
Let's go.
Dan, can you switch off for 1 second from the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
People in the studio are probably
you're
so
good. You're
fucking
good.
ready to kill
You can put
that
it back.
dude.
I was just afraid because he put like a gash in Richard's head, and I was just curious if it was still in the PowerPoint. But yeah.
So the whole neighborhood started to recognize what was going on and started to chase him down. An officer named Andy Ramirez pulls up to the scene and sees the crowd has beaten and detained him. One of the members of the crowd was restraining him with the metal bar.
The whole
He got his the whole
Yep.
and it was
It's a block
He got
party.
jumped by the whole barrio, dude.
It's so awesome how it happened because racial tensions, especially in the 80s. I mean, you guys would know better than me, but I'm sure towards the Latin community wasn't great. And now they have this guy who did all these horrible things, but he was who is Latin, but he was captured by this by this group of the Latin community, and it was just awesome. I mean, even the arresting officer, his name was Ramirez as well, Andy Ramirez. But it was just awesome how this community came together and just beat the fuck out of him and held him down.
That is pretty.
Yeah.
That's an incredible ending.
Yeah.
Capture.
So yeah, Officer Ramirez is the one that handcuffed him and put him in the patrol car.
Jesus Christ, is that him?
That's him.
After he got caught.
I love how humiliating it was for him, probably, just to get beat by everybody.
It was. He and it's not in here, but when he gets arrested,
I remember when he was.
oh shit, sorry. He talks about how like that guy's lucky I didn't have a gun on him. He felt so tough because everyone was around. He wouldn't be so tough if I had a gun. It's like, shut up, bitch. You got jumped. Grove Street.
Is his head down?
Or up.
I think he's just a little dizzy and tired.
Definitely concussed, probably.
He just ran across the highway and got chased by half of LA.
Sit up. How long ago? What's your name? What's your name?
11.
Hello.
I remember when he was caught, a bunch of people actually nailed him. The police were after him, and they stopped him. I guess he was trying to steal a car or something. I don't know. But I remember seeing him on the news when he was coming to trial. And man, his eyes were, I mean, he just looked wicked. You saw somebody like that on the street, you'd run. I mean, this guy looked really scary. I just remember being really relieved that this man was caught because, man, it was scary. I didn't want to go out at night. I was only 30 years old. I'd like to still think of that as being young. Anyways, that's my recollection, and I remember it. Anyways, I hope that helps. Ciao.
Thanks, Donna.
So, do you want this one or no?
Oh, whatever you want.
Oh, so Gil and Frank hear that he's in custody, so they drive to a police station where he's being detained, and it was like a concert. Like, everyone was there. They could hardly get inside. And they finally get a chance to interview Ramirez in the interview room, and Frank began to introduce himself, and Richard's like, I know who you are. He knew of Frank's reputation for solving the Hillside Strangler case, and they found out that he studied these other cases, and he was like a fanboy of the Hillside Strangler and these other serial killers. They even, like when they were trying to get a psychological read on him, they told him that this is the cell that the Hillside Strangler was being held in, and he got like all excited about it. Yeah.
So trial and conviction. At his first court appearance, Ramirez raised a hand with the pentagram drawn on it and yelled, "Hail Satan." He was charged with 13 counts of murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 11 counts of SA, and 14 counts of burglary. During his trial, which began in 1989, Ramirez was faced with the overwhelming evidence, including fingerprints, DNA, and eyewitness testimonies linking him to the crimes. His defense team tried to argue that Ramirez was heavily influenced by drug use and a troubled childhood, but the evidence against him
Those lawyers are going to hell.
was compelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, they're going to hell.
Was the whole Satanism thing, was that ever like really explained? Is that a part of like his daily practice, or is it just some spooky shit he likes to say?
It was, he talked a lot about it a lot more in prison also. He says like Satan is everything. And even in the interrogation room when he first met with Gil and Frank, Gil got really scared because Ramirez just put his head down like this and like started humming and like lifting his hands like that. And Gil thought like something supernatural was about to happen. Like he was summoning, yeah.
Oh my god.
So, and he was like well versed in it and he studied it.
Oh my god.
Pussy.
Gil thought something magical was about to
He was so rational. He was such a good
Such a great
investigator.
cop, yeah.
Then all of a sudden, magic.
So they put him in a lineup and they brought in this brave little 6-year-old girl, Anastasia, which she was a surviving victim of his, and she identified him from the lineup, which really helped push the case.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I think she said, she asked Gil, do you want me to write the number 2 or write out 2? That which he was number 2 in the lineup, but Gil's.
That's the girl
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments,
right?
several men will appear on the stage. Each man will be assigned a number and will be referred to only by number. Number 2, step to the red square in the center of the line. Number 2, in a loud, clear voice, repeat this statement. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Number 2, turn to your right and face the door. If you can.
Yeah, but when she said that, it like broke down Gil, is my understanding, and he ran out, and because he has daughters of his own, and he talked with Frank, and they decided to not press the charges because they didn't want to put her through any more of this. They didn't want to have her in the courtroom.
Or any of the kids.
Or any of
who
the
were
kids,
victimized.
yeah.
They didn't
just-
want to put them through
They had
that.
him on enough already, so
he was gonna get left.
yeah, he was getting
Yeah.
fucked over either way. So they didn't want to leave the kids out. And despite all this fucked up shit, this guy still had an insane amount of groupies. During his trial, he garnered attention from fangirls. They were crazy about him. Even driving to the police station and like going between courts, there was girls flashing the police car, and it's
The
insane.
murder where the most strange murder, what did he do in that?
That amazed me. I didn't hear about that till after I was writing it for a while. And he didn't really want me to read all the articles about him because I think he didn't want me to find out about it. But I heard he broke into somebody's house and ripped out her eye and had sex with her eye socket.
Did you hear that he raped a 12-year-old boy? Is that cool?
And she's saying that she thought
She
that
liked
that was
it.
hot?
Yeah, she was into it.
Who the fuck are these people?
These girls like would come visit him in jail too. Like even like one of the girls like 16 was like crazy about
No,
him.
she was a 16-year-old.
And what's in
16?
Oh,
Yeah,
she was
the girl-
16.
yeah.
Oh.
We need to talk to her parents.
They allowed visitors. Mm-hmm.
Starting to think this Richard Ramirez guy is a creep.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that
As
this guy
Tom
might be
Segura,
I'm starting to get a real bad vibe about this guy.
So am
as
I.
Tom
Pick it
Tom
up,
Segura said, real knucklehead.
We're real in tune.
Yeah.
I think he got marriage proposals and
Yeah,
shit too.
we have that.
Wasn't one of his jurors?
Oh God.
Yeah.
One of what?
The people on
with a face like that.
I don't know. Do you know anything about that? He said, wasn't someone on the jury sympathetic of him?
I think so. Yeah, I think there was one of the members.
Sympathetic in what way?
Like romantically sympathetic.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Like attracted to him.
Another, if I'm not mistaken, someone else on.
What's the evidence on that? What's the story there with that juror?
I'm not familiar with that one.
So there was just an overwhelm. I guess they eventually got her to convict because the evidence was overwhelming.
Mhm. I think another juror was killed right before, and like it scared the fuck out of everyone, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It wasn't
tied to-
related. Yeah, it wasn't related.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's even today. Richard has fan pages on YouTube. I couldn't believe it. I found this page. These are some of the comments. There's like Richard Ramirez laughing compilation.
That is so yikes.
Yeah, and like here.
Can I see one?
Yeah, I could.
I'm just because I saw like, oh, his laugh is so cute. I gotta hear.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like, dude, these people must not really know what he did.
No, they did.
Like he raped children. That's vibes.
But it's been, that's happened with other serial killers too, like Ted Bundy had a bunch of fangirls, even Jeffrey Dahmer, all had women like infatuated with them. It's really weird.
But I don't think either of those guys like R-worded and murdered children, which to me is like, that's not sex. There's nothing sexy about that. That's like, you know, kind of a boner. That's a boner killer.
Yeah.
When the kids enter the equation.
I had it linked. I don't know why.
These comments are insane. His laugh is so cute, though. Not gonna lie, he has a cute smile. I love his laugh. I hate to say it, but he was so handsome. He's the cutest thing. His little laugh.
Because, oh my God, that doofy laugh kills me.
Yeah, I know.
He's too freaking cute.
Go into a room with just you and him, and see how cute his laugh is. Ramirez, this should be banned. The show should not even exist.
Oh, I don't know. Just look up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about this copyright.
Yeah, we didn't.
I mean, yeah, we don't have to play so long. But yeah, here's one of the channels. See, it's not clear that it's a fan channel until you like. I was like reading the titles. I'm like, oh, okay. So here, left compilation.
That's so fucked.
It's the way you know I'm in it. You live in a nice house? I've got an apartment. Yeah. Why don't you come and visit, man?
He didn't laugh once.
That? I didn't hear
Or laugh and smile.
Wait, what? People are saying his laugh is so cute. I don't hear a single goddamn laugh.
It's more from his interviews. It's like sit-down interviews from jail.
Oh, go back. Okay, so we didn't see the whole thing, did we?
Ask for due process, and I hope you get exactly what's coming to you. I don't know how you mean that. I mean, it's just the way you know I'm in it. Okay. So, you live in a nice house? Do what? You live in a nice house?
All right, you can end it now. Fucking.
Yeah.
We need to find out who these people are.
Sounds like Patrick from SpongeBob when he laughs. Thomas says. So cute, like a little kid. Yeah, he's the cutest.
Like a little kid? Seriously?
Yeah.
FBI better be monitoring this chat comment.
There are so many, literally all the Columbine kids, like both of them have fan groups. People, there are just so many horrible people.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. Do we know about Richard Ramirez's come up, like his childhood?
Yeah.
It was fucked.
It was, yeah.
It was mega fucked.
He didn't have the best background, so he suffered a brain.
This is what. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but this is what a lot of his defenders will say about his brain injury. But yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, he had a head injury when he was like really young, like under 5 years old, and then another one when he was like 8 or 9, and that one resulted in like he would get constant seizures after that, and then even outside of that, like his father was very abusive.
His father was
hard on him.
Yeah, his father was abusive, and he had an uncle that was in the army, and he came back from Vietnam and was like telling them stories of how he would killed some ladies in Vietnam, Vietnamese.
And showed him photos. He took like
showed him Polaroids.
How he would kill and mutilate their bodies. And Ramirez was very young at this time. He was like 12 years old when he's being influenced by all of this.
Yeah.
These serial killers always have straight demonic childhoods.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, on one hand they're the product of their environment, but
did he have anyone like close to him when it happened? Did anyone visit court?
He has a family. Like he has his 2 parents, a brother and sister that were there for him in court, and they were kind of just in denial about it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They go, he has such a beautiful laugh. How could he do this?
Look at that beautiful pentagram on his palm. He got that from his
yeah, what did they
dad.
think about that when he put up his hand with the pentagram and said, "Hail Satan"?
He said, he looks just like you, John.
Goofy. He does that.
He's got your palm.
So, like you mentioned, Ethan, he did get married in prison. In 1996, he married Doreen Leoy. She claimed to believe that he's innocent.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what she believed.
That he's innocent.
Yeah, she would go on interviews and say he didn't do it.
And did they ever get to spend alone time? Because I'm pretty sure she would not be here still.
She was before they got married. She was visiting him like up to 4 times every week in prison.
Conjugal?
What does that mean?
Did they have sex?
Oh no, she wasn't allowed. It was between the glass.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't allowed like
okay.
physical contact.
Well, here they are doing it here.
Yeah, I guess for the marriage ceremony. Or
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're special.
Well, look at her. What a
The grandma and the murderer.
what a great cat.
Yeah.
I can understand why she had to go find a serial killer for her.
Her family.
I can say it about her. Yeah, she's vile.
Yeah, her family was like really upset. They disowned her after this.
Good.
Wait, can I?
You some Grammy.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If Hila's dad thought that me wearing socks and sandals was bad, she should hear about this lady's husband.
Can I be honest about something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is kind of goblin mode, but she looks like Ethan Slater in a wig.
Ethan Slater's mom.
Let me reorient myself.
A little bit.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
It. Well, okay.
Same smile.
Yeah, the shape of everything is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if she can tap dance.
I think
You know
Goblin
what?
Mode's okay
Feels good.
during this
SpongeBob.
stuff. So yeah, he was sentenced. He was convicted of all 43 charges: 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 11 counts of SA, and 14 burglaries. He was sentenced to death in California's gas chamber, and the decision was met with relief from the victims' families. Yeah. So also, we didn't include this, but we didn't want to put too much about the victims' families. You know, if we could, but they've talked about, obviously, you know, the fact that these killings have had on them and for like future generations. And while they were in court, they would be sitting there, like one of the victims' granddaughters was talking about how she was sitting there waiting to go inside the court, and there's another little boy, there's another young man who was there who she thought was a victim at first, but it turns out that when he turned his hand, he had a pentagram on his hand. He was just a fanboy of Richard.
He had a bunch of fans at his trial.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and after the sentencing, he was walking out and he told reporters, "Big deal, death always went with the territory, see you in Disneyland." The trial cost $1.8 million, which was at the time made it the most expensive murder in the history of California until it was surpassed by our boy OJ in 1994.
OJ, the juice.
So yeah, here are some of the other crimes other murders that we didn't even talk about. You can kind of see the map of where they were. This is not including San Francisco and the ones that weren't investigated in relation to this case. But it was later learned that he committed other murders prior to even moving to LA, because he's from Texas. In 1984, he committed his first potential murder, which was a 9-year-old girl who he stabbed and hung her body from a pipe. He lived in San Francisco. I'm sorry, yeah, this happened in San Francisco. Initially, he thought it wasn't linked to him, but in 2009, DNA matches linked him to that murder. Also, when he moved to California, he murdered a 79-year-old woman even prior to the first case that was investigated in this investigation. Yeah, so, and also he kind of taunted some of the San Francisco officers and brought up other cases that weren't solved, implying that he also killed more people in San Francisco.
When they would interrogate him?
Yeah, after he was caught. After the 9-year-old girl, was it 9-year-old? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, after finding out about the 9-year-old girl, his wife left him.
Oh,
Yeah.
just that. Come on, I thought it was, fucking through better or worse.
ain't loyal,
lady.
DNA ruined this marriage.
Why were the other murders okay, girl?
Yeah.
Heartbreaking, man.
So Richard Ramirez spent more than 2 decades on death row while appealing his sentence. However, he never got the chance for a new trial as he died of complications related to B-cell lymphoma on June 7, 2013.
Cancer. Loser.
At the age of 53.
That's actually good that he died of cancer. Slow, painful.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got horrible treatment.
It'd been nice if he was a little bit older, though.
Yeah, I wish he didn't
Suffered
get
a little
sick
longer.
and just suffered in jail longer.
Him in HD is like extra horrible.
So acknowledgements, we would like to express our gratitude to Netflix for providing valuable information
Really?
that contributed to the research and content in this PowerPoint presentation.
Lena actually reached out to, which library was it?
Oh, the UCLA library?
She had all this good footage. Like, they sent like an itemized list, and like it was really
They
good.
keep like an archive of all the news footage from like dating back even earlier than the 80s too.
but the prices were insane.
Yeah, it was like $500 for like 2 minutes of
Wasn't worth it,
footage.
yeah.
Oh, to license it from them?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We thought they were just. We weren't sure how it worked. We thought they
Pro
were just-
bono?
Yeah, we thought it was like maybe they were obligated to share with us.
I thought it's available for the
Yeah.
public,
It's a
but
public library.
yeah, no, no, you
Well,
have to
that-
license it.
Beautiful research idea.
Thanks.
This is just to acknowledge the template in which we made the PowerPoint, based it off of. We have to, it says include this. So,
Let's go.
Did you look closer?
That was just the slide. So just keep this. That's all I asked. So there it is. That's it.
Okay. What was that? What, did it have their phone number and shit? What did you just show?
Yeah, it says include this, and yeah, if you're gonna use this to include.
Oh, okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. All right. Fantastic. There it is.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Really, 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 really good work.
Very good.
Thank you for listening.
Oh my god, thank you for telling.
All right. Let's
Go back to our seat.
swap out.
Right.
Good. Hello. Yeah, there's a lot. You know, one of the disturbing angles of this, of a lot, is just the fangirls, the groupies. It's so fucking psycho, man. It's just so effed up. But there it is, Richard Ramirez. Was he connected to the Cecil Hotel? I thought he was.
We only know that he stayed there a few times.
Oh, he stayed there.
Mhm.
Okay. They say the stink still lingers to this day. Well, what did we think? Very good. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, my dude.
Cheers, my dudes. How long we been going?
251.
251?
Yep.
So I don't have
Just
anything.
under 3 hours.
I don't have anything else planned. So
Want to just shoot the shit?
What do you want to talk about? You want to order? Oh, I think I probably leave before the food gets here.
Darn it.
Did so how's everybody doing today? Let me see. Let's see if I got anything in the doc. How'd you guys like that? Everybody watching? Vibes?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd be too much for some people, so I am curious.
That one's pretty. That one's pretty bad. Yeah.
So yeah, Lena had this idea, and she did all the research for it, and I kind of just helped with the PowerPoint. But this case, we were kind of just doing as practice because we were familiar somewhat because of the documentary. So we're like, we'll do this just for format. But then, I don't know, as we started to work on it, we found out that not a lot of people in the office were familiar with it. And then, I don't know, we kind of just got a vibe off people that they weren't familiar. So we're like, whatever, we'll make this one, see what people think.
I think on future ones it'd be fun to do. Or like the Swedish guy. Like I don't know anything about
Something
that.
goofy.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
some new ground. Although it was fun. I mean, the vibes were good. People liked it.
Yeah, really great job presenting, guys.
Thank you. Lena was very, very nervous. So
Yeah.
Oh my God, we
but-
couldn't tell.
You did great.
Well, I asked Olivia for some pointers, and
Aw.
you gave me some great advice, so thank you for that.
Oh my God, anytime.
PowerPoint advice?
I'm gonna
Yep.
get some from Lena now.
PowerPoint girls?
PowerPoint girls.
Yeah.
Very good.
Powerpuff girls,
Now
PowerPoint
eat it.
girls.
Now,
Let's
Lena,
talk about it.
Now eat a spicy chip. Oh, people are asking for health updates. Okay, I'll give you a health update. So I've been sharing all the health updates, so I'm going to keep sharing them. So I did the blood test yesterday. They're so fast, man. I got the results already this morning. And I wasn't sure, but so I didn't test the ANA. It was just like a complete blood panel, right? CBP, that's what they call it. And I had been sick recently too, so I was a little bit like, I don't even know if it's going to be accurate. But I'll tell you, it doesn't have notes from the doctor yet, okay? There's no there's no exclamation. So there's 3. No exclamation marks. No speckled and
That's
homogeneous.
good news.
Although hold on. We didn't run that test.
Okay, that's not good news.
That's bad.
So we just did like we just did a blood test. We didn't check the ANA and the immune response stuff. But one of the reasons that we started looking into this whole thing was the white blood cell count and the platelets. So I'm happy to report that my white blood cell count lowered. Actually, it's the high side of a normal range.
Let's go. Nice.
9.57. Oh, I guess it's slightly above. They say the normal high is 9.95. But I'm right there, baby. And then the platelets is high still, but actually went down. It's at 493 now. And the last one was at like 750 or something. So it was a lot higher. Thank you, Slide Whistle. So that I didn't expect that. That's not the part that like indicates lupus. That would be the ANA. But I don't know, because this is the whole reason I went in there. So that's good news, I guess. Better than it going up. So that's the CBC auto. Oh wait, no. Yeah, that's the CBC auto differential, whatever the fuck that is. Here's the CBC. Same thing. And then there was another one. Differential automated. And then this one, everything was normal.
Another one.
I never had an abnormal test on this one, but it continues to be normal. So that's pretty good news, I think. I mean, on the white blood cell, red on the platelet count.
Mm-hmm.
And people say gas leak related. I don't think so, right? I mean, I don't think natural gas can do that.
Nah.
As far as I understand. And I asked my doctor too about it. Could it be mold related? Again, I don't. The mold problem wasn't like catastrophic, you know.
I'm seeing no relation.
Right, and I think I don't know about the mold, but yeah, I think it wasn't that severe. But who knows? I mean, shit. But now I have to go on this weekend. I'm going to do the ultrasound. That'll be a good update for us. And then from that, I'm just going to see a rheumatologist. But let's see. You know? Shredder update. I mean, he's sick. He's still sick. He's doing well. Like, physically, he seems fine, which is what's so fucking weird. But we're actually having the vet come check on him on Friday, do a blood test, see where he's at. What was everyone saying Fousey? What did we miss that Fousey did?
How old are you?
What did Fousey do it?
Vibes.
Here's a clip with Demi's sister, by the way. It's kind of interesting. From the subreddit. Demi's sister having to act out gross weight loss scenes on Desperate Housewives. Maybe explains why they're a bit extreme when it comes to anything diet related.
I do know that scene. It's crazy.
That's her.
I'd take you to the park. That way you could run around and get some nice, fun exercise.
Dinner.
No.
So, but this means her mom let her be cast as like little fat girl.
In this scene, that mom drives and makes her daughter run after the car.
Right, it's in here. Let's see.
Running around in the sun
This
and
might be
fresh air
Coco.
would make you feel good.
Nope.
Oh, it is. Shit,
Yeah,
you're right.
I think
Little. So, okay. Great. The crew should have a police illustrator on. That's kind of awesome. And describe like famous H3 lore
do, like,
people.
police sketches of us?
That's a good ass idea.
That's pretty funny.
Oh no, GamerSub said they discontinued Pina Colada.
I
What a-
asked them on their website.
What a tragedy.
Yeah.
Tell them to bring out the whole ocean.
Well, the good news is we're gonna have our own flavor coming up here at the end of the month.
Flavors.
What else, guys? Fousey? What? Fousey said the N-word?
Yeah, he sang.
He was singing a song. It's
Yep.
pretty. Where's the clip? I'll watch it. I feel like he turned it around quick in that.
The N-word.
That must be the fastest N-word to apology time ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at him about this just because his reaction.
Yeah.
How he handled it.
But his boy Keemstar had his back. He was sure to share that.
That's how. Of course he did. Fucking Keemstar.
The bigger concern is him getting banned. I feel like.
He hasn't yet. Shit.
Well,
we keep saying that, but he's still up.
Yeah, just a peaceful warning. Careful. Especially now when you're doing so good, you got so many viewers. They're
Here it
definitely
is.
gonna have their eyes on you. I love you.
Here he is. Why does it look like he's in prison? Is this his apartment? Oh, it's a hotel room?
It's
This is so empty.
It's a friend's house he was staying at
Oh, okay,
while in
okay.
Chicago, I believe.
It's like the emptiest room I've ever seen. Oh, that's our hat. It's a Teddy Fresh hat. Let's go.
I've seen emptier.
All right, so here's Fusi apparently saying the N-word. But I can't even play the song. I can't play the song. Okay, well, here. You get what happens, and then you see the... I mean, pretty iconic reaction. Can you hear him? Bring up the
I
volume.
never use that fucking word. I've listened to rap songs every day on this subathon, and I always change it out for brother. I had a tweet that literally said, I hate when street.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think he saved it. It's not my place. Obviously, I'm not black American, not African American. And so it's not my place to say, but I didn't see people really mad at him because
Yeah.
That was a quick apology, man. And he was devastated. He's punching his bed, dude. I couldn't tell if he was doing shtick or if he was really.
Oh no.
It seems genuine.
No, it really fucked him up. Like
Let me see
he
this.
was worried about having an episode because of this.
Oh, really? Because of this? Let me
Yeah.
hear the audio. That.
That word, I swear to fucking God, this isn't content.
Poor
I never
Fusi.
use that fucking
Everything's
word.
a travesty.
I've listened to rap songs every day on this subathon.
So I don't know. It's not my place to say, but I thought he did a good recovery. You know what I mean? Right?
That's why he was like, people are asking why he was like retweeting when Keem put it out and all that. I don't know, but my understanding is that he was saying that he wants to get ahead of it and just be upfront about, look, I messed up. I don't want you to see a headline and think that I just openly said it. This is what happened, and I fucked up. But again, not my place to comment.
Can you send the Keemstar tweet, his best friend Keemstar, who immediately put this out on Twitter, being like, Fusi said the N-word.
Could someone else grab that real quick? I'm blocked, and I'm not signed into my alt.
Daddy.
We have a comment. We have the other dude says, as a black man, I forgive him. There it is. We have one black person in the chat that forgives him. Here's Keemstar's best friend. Fusi accidentally drops the N-word. It's like, why? Why did you do that? I guess he got clout for it. Damn, 79,000 likes. Are people mad or amused?
I saw in Keemstar's replies, a lot of people are like, talk about the Alex clip.
Oh, that's good.
Yesterday, I was getting my haircut and he randomly calls me and he texts me. He goes, I need you to call me and cuss me out. And I wasn't really sure of what was going on. So I played, I looked up on YouTube, Arab guy swearing. And then I called him back and just let that play. This is the clip of it right here that I sent. I guess he was trying to fuck with some guy. He had some random guy he just met at the park and was like, hey, can you drive me? I guess, drive him somewhere. And then started to tell the guy that he was being chased.
Huh?
He told some random dude that he was being chased, and he's in the car with him.
Here it is.
Oh, really? Yeah. Try to be nice.
Hello? Hello?
That's you?
Yeah.
Is that Arabic? I don't understand. I don't speak Arabic. No.
Okay. There he is. He's out there, man. Has he been live this whole time? Is he not taking a break?
He is not taking a break.
Jesus Christ, man. There it is. Let's see. We talked about it all, really. We've done it all, haven't we, folks? We've talked about Lizzo. She was apparently who I learned strippers, some, I guess, with a specific talent, can shoot dildos out of their vagina.
That's sick, dude.
That's amazing.
Sounds a lot like that. Really?
Nice, Zach.
I am curious as this story develops, though, on the Lizzo thing. We'll have to stay up to date with that. And the Lovato crime family reached out to you. We didn't get to touch on it during the. Do you want to read his message?
Am I allowed to?
I don't know.
He basically said, huge fan, not his place to like speak for his family.
He doesn't want to get involved.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But he's a
want to
fan.
smoke. But yes,
I wonder
he's
what
a
does
big
that
fan,
mean.
He says.
So we have some allies within the crime family.
We love
Maybe
that.
double agents, perhaps. He'll wear a wire at their next family meeting.
Ooh, Thanksgiving wire.
Yo. I might have a claim against Crowder. Oh. That's awesome.
Oh, boy.
All right. Anyway, this is my new hobby, is fucking with people that steal my voice. Or it wasn't mine, it was you, Dan, but it was my show, I guess. You know. And that. All right, I got nothing to say, guys. So that means that tomorrow is leftovers. Super Mega, I don't know what to say about that whole thing. I genuinely don't.
We got a big show. Big news tomorrow.
Trumpy boy indicted again.
Again.
Go fish of indictments.
This is the juiciest by far, though. This makes the other two seem small fry.
Do you feel like, though, the other two kind of, it just seems like a joke at this point?
It is. It's extremely funny that he keeps getting indicted.
Right, and they indicted me.
Like, if the last two didn't come, this one would have hit harder. And I'm not saying don't indict him, because, like, obviously no one's above the law and stuff, but
Do not come.
like, people who could potentially be swayed by this, by the third one, they're just going to be like, this is a circus. And there's probably even another one coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a few more.
A few more. This man's going to have a full house of indictments.
Hell yeah. He's the king. He does everything big.
Do we have a chair update, Dan?
Do you have a chair update? No update to share as of now. Still investigating.
Quick. Yeah, I'm not talking about the super mega thing just because it seems super complicated and I don't really understand it. So I will refrain from speaking about it, which seems fair, right? And I'm not friends with those guys. I have literally no allegiance. Don't accuse me of being like friends with them. I don't know what's happening. A girl who worked for them got essayed. Wait, Hassan's not here, somebody said? Wait, what the fuck? He didn't tell me that. What?
What?
He's probably calm.
Oh, yeah, he's in New Jersey, right?
Dude, give me a heads up. Damn, maybe he'll be back for tomorrow. Let me see.
His Twitter does say he's in New York.
Maybe he'll be back tomorrow morning because he didn't tell me shit. Okay. Dude, this is like the most dysfunctional show ever. The Leftovers.
I feel like he would have told us.
Maybe we should just do it. Sail without him.
I'm sure he'll be here.
I think he'd be here too if he didn't tell me.
Yeah, we talked about how we're doing the show next week.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know why y'all.
Fuck your mom.
Yeah.
How about that?
He's coming back right now.
Okay.
There you
cool. Oh, there you go. He's coming. What happened with Super Mega? Like, so one of their employees or friends got essayed by her. Say, I don't even know the facts. You know what I mean?
Today I only want to talk about the facts.
Thank you, Colleen. Do 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 do.
Should I take the mics out?
Do 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 da 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 da. Okay. Where am I? All right, we're done. We got nothing left to talk about. I'd love to stay longer, but we just didn't prepare for it. You know?
We've been going for 3 hours. You're acting like this was like a short
It's not
episode.
enough.
It's enough.
We usually go 3.5. You know what I mean? The people deserve a full episode.
I gotta be real. I'm about to soil my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all. I expect. That's the least that you could do for me after all I've done for you. Piss your pants, bro.
I'm pulling an Ian right now. I gotta pee so bad, dude.
Got him.
All right, y'all. Fun episode. Thank you to Lena and AB for the true crime segment.
Thanks for listening.
And we will be back tomorrow morning for leftovers as usual. Friday for After Dark. And I hope a fantastic evening to you, my friends, my family. And we shall see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.